to the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. BB Go. You just got to write down everything Mason and Ireland and Corporate Greg say all week, and producer Brian. And then on Fridays, you take the quiz, you get it right, you're going to sit fifth row in a Lakers game. We got that, plus the World Series is set. Maybe since Chris Russo, Mad Dog, said he would retire if the Diamondbacks won Game 7. I don't think he retired, by the way. Maybe John will give us a little Russo impersonation. I love when John does that bit. Said I don't ever hear. He's over here. Where is he? Let's get to it. Mason and Ireland. Your Wednesday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So last night, Lakers get started. I'm going to do that, and it was not a great night. But let's hold that for a second.
Okay.
My mom just registered her Survivor pick for this week. Have
Well,
you
you know,
thought
my
at all
mom and
about Survivor?
My mom and I are both out.
You are?
Yeah, we're both out. We got knocked out last week. Brian, too.
Yeah, me too. Haven't thought about it.
Yeah, Buffalo did us wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's
There are only
dirty.
22 people left now.
And I think, Greg, you're still in.
I'm still in.
Mace, you're still in.
And my mom's still in.
So I got this a lot on Twitter. Are you upset with me now that you're not in, but
No.
because of the technicality that I got back in?
No, because I know you picked Buffalo the week that they won.
Okay.
And then
That's what I figured.
No, you were. Yeah, I knew that you were not lying.
Right.
So I hope you
they
win.
were about to lose, and I was still saying, I got them.
Oh, I should mention, by the way, Juan's still in also.
With what system is he using, or is he using a system?
He's
this year?
using the do whatever Mason does system. I said you've got to split.
Hey,
We've
you know
got to
what?
have different
You
picks.
know what?
What?
Fake him out.
Oh, yeah?
So this week when he says, "Who are you taking?"
Yeah.
Give him a different pick.
My mom took the Chargers
Oh, that's a
I don't
risk.
know.
at home versus Chicago.
That's a risk. But what am I? I'm out.
It's the
and your
biggest.
mom's
It's
in.
the biggest point spread on the board.
What's the spread?
-9.
Okay, I think they'll win because I don't think Justin Fields is playing.
Right. Miami's 9.5 over New England, but I've used Miami. I think most people have used Miami by this point. Yeah, I mean, we're down to the point where it's actually going to be really, really hard to pick games.
There was one scenario where if Seattle would have lost, there only would have been 3 people left.
Is that right?
Yeah, because Buffalo knocked out 8, including Brian and me.
Yeah.
My mom went out on the Rams. She was the only one who took them.
Yeah, yeah.
And
My mom survived on Philly over Miami
And she
over
won
the weekend.
easily.
And that was the one I was thinking about talking her out of, and I'm like, thank God
See,
I didn't.
it's a good thing you didn't. For this week, I think it's kind of sacrilegious, but I'm thinking about taking the Lions,
who are they playing?
the Raiders.
Lions, Raiders.
Lions Raiders on Monday
Where?
Night Football. I
Where?
think it's in Detroit.
It's
There's
in Detroit.
no way the Raiders win that game.
Detroit is -9.
Yeah, is that a game? Like, do I go against
Sure.
my team?
As long as Josh McDaniels is our coach, I expect to lose all the time.
And they look so
By the way-
bad against
Yeah,
Chicago.
awful.
So bad against Chicago.
Yeah, no, I like that pick, actually.
So I'm driving in today. One thing that I do every day,
What time did you drive in?
Bum, bum, bum. Did you roll over something?
I think I left home at maybe 11:30.
I left my home at 11 because I had to record some liners for the affiliates, for the Laker affiliates.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 45 minutes to get in because there was a big strike
Yeah.
going on.
What
downstairs.
what are all the police out there for?
All the
Is that for the strike?
the striking hotel workers had a demonstration at 11 a.m. that basically shut down Olympic.
Oh, okay, got it. That's what
Between
it was.
Figueroa and probably Figueroa and Chickern.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't get in the garage. I just drive around in circles.
So
until
I don't explain something to me. I'm a huge union supporter. I'm in a union. Obviously, the SAG is on strike right now, and I don't understand exactly what the dispute is with the hotel workers. But if you're out in front of the hotel banging stuff and blowing horns and stuff, does that not discourage people from staying there, which ultimately hurts you because your job is in the hotel?
That's what they're all on strike, so they don't have jobs.
So the hotel's not operational?
No, the hotel hired people to do their jobs, and they're striking over money. They don't feel like they don't feel like they're paid enough, but they don't want you to be able to get to the hotel. That's the reason they did that whole demonstration today. Matter of fact, they asked Taylor. We were talking about Taylor Swift earlier. They asked Taylor Swift not to stay in the hotel she stayed in when she was in L.A. because that was one of the hotels that was on strike.
Yeah.
They've asked football teams not to stay there, basketball teams not to stay there. This is the
How
big
many
hotel.
hotels are there strikes for?
Well, this is the big hotel right next to in
This
LA
is the
Live.
Ritz and the Marriott.
JW.
So
JW, yeah.
that's why they don't want you to stay. They don't want you to patronize those places. Like, Greg, you still go to that coffee shop, right?
Yeah, that was actually a problem today. I saw them going around. They went to the other side of the building, and I went in and got my coffee, and I kind of crossed the picket line, I guess, in that sense.
Yeah, but you're not on strike.
No, I'm not, and I'm not.
You're a coffee
staying.
scab.
I'm just I'm
Yeah,
coffee
you are
scab.
in that case.
I
You're a
actually
coffee
did
scab.
feel like a bad guy for doing that.
Yeah.
So, but either way, yeah, it's what I understand is from talking to the women at Illy.
Yeah.
It's like a part-time. They can't lose their job, so So
they're still working there. It's just they choose certain days to
right. So they weren't there
protest.
working today, but they were yesterday.
You guys see this breaking news?
No, what is it?
Welcome to the world, Jordan John McVay.
Hey! It wasn't on a game day. He knew.
Yeah.
Good for Sean. Good for
And
Veronica.
exactly what he said.
Yep.
John McVay was Sean's grandfather who ran the 49ers back in their heyday with Montana and Clark and all those guys. And so Jordan's going to be the first name. Jordan John McVay, born today.
Excellent. Congratulations to Sean. Does that mean we're going to talk to Sean or no?
He's supposed to He's supposed to come on
Thought I'd
today.
be surprised.
I think we can excuse him.
Yeah,
let's just assume it's not going to happen.
Priorities.
Unless the baby was born yesterday and they're just announcing it today and he's having a normal day. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, so we're supposed to have him next. But I also have some breaking news.
Oh, that's a lot of breaking news today.
Kyle Shanahan said Brock Purdy is now in concussion protocol.
Oh.
And he is unlikely to play Sunday.
Okay, you know who that opens the door for?
Versus the Bengals.
That opens the door for Sam Darnold.
Ooh, that means I should take the Bengals against the 49ers.
No, Sam. Why are you crapping on Sam Darnold?
He's
we like
terrible.
Sam. No, we like Sam.
No, you can like him all you want. He's a bad quarterback.
-3.5.
Ask the Jets, ask the Panthers, ask anywhere else
How much do
he's
you think
been.
Brock Purdy means to the 49ers? Does that line move?
No.
And I don't like Sam Darnold.
San Francisco -3.5.
By the way-
Yeah, why would you think Sam Darnold is a great option for San Francisco?
I don't think he's a
not
great
been
option, but
for
here's
anybody.
what I think, and tell me if you guys agree. If he plays great, Brock Purdy has had 2 bad games in a row.
No.
You don't think Darnold plays great? He stays in there? He's got a bigger arm.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Brock Purdy is their guy. And granted, he saw adversity and didn't necessarily rise to the occasion. But if Sam Darnold is the answer, I have no idea what the question is. Everybody has struck out with Sam Darnold.
No, 2 teams. This is his 3rd team.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could say the same thing about Baker Mayfield, and he's playing pretty good in Tampa. 3 teams struck out with him.
Yeah, no, true. I just think if you've got Brock, I got to believe Brock Purdy is their guy.
I would think, but we'll figure it out. All right, so have we delayed enough
Yeah,
from talking about the Lakers?
I was trying to kill time. Let's talk about some other
many,
stuff.
many things to say about last night.
Yep.
Did AD shoot? Oh, no, he didn't at all.
No.
Many things.
Fourth quarter? No, 0 for 1.
Many things.
So deep 3.
A 3-pointer.
Yeah, 3-pointer. That's what you
One
want
shot
from
in the
AD
fourth quarter. All right, we will get to all that coming up. Lakers lose last night, the opener in Denver. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Every Friday, we're giving away 50.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
Win, lose, Lakers for life, baby. Let's go.
Well, they went last night.
Wait, didn't she do a new thing for us?
She did. I think I forgot to tell Brian about it, so we'll get it in. She did it specifically for you.
Okay, for Mason and Ireland.
For Mason and Ireland.
Yeah. Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really. Her name is So Sam.
So Super Sam.
So Super Sam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Samantha
So
Duenas.
we've got a piece of music we'll play a little bit later on. So the Lakers lose to the
So
Nuggets
he's going to be
last
calling
night
in
on
15.
the road.
Sorry to.
What?
Coach McVay will be calling in about 15 minutes.
Oh, good. So we get to talk to him.
Excellent.
So I don't know if it was today or yesterday when Jordan was born, but we'll find out.
Yeah. All right, so the Lakers lose last night on the road at Denver in what was a continuation of the Western Conference Finals last year. They've lost 5 in a row to the Denver Nuggets. And 6. Was there another one before
a regular season game, yeah.
Geez, so it's 6 in a row.
Yeah.
And Anthony Davis pulled the disappearing act in the second half of that game. He was 0 for 6 in the second half and 0 for 1 in the fourth quarter, and that one was a three-pointer. I don't understand, and this is kind of what you got to live with Anthony Davis. Sometimes he does disappear, and it was at a very inopportune moment because LeBron James, they're dialing back his minutes. He played 29 minutes, and AD's got to carry the franchise, and he didn't.
Okay, so I've got several things to say about this game last night. Obviously, Mike and I were there. We called it.
Yes.
There were some things I liked, and there were some things I hated. Let me start with the things I liked. With 7.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
The score was 94-90.
Yep.
4-point game with 7.5 minutes to go.
So completely in it, just like they were in the finals games last year.
Matter of fact, this felt like a continuation of those 4 Western Conference Finals games.
Sure did.
And I know everybody is beating up on AD, and I'll get to him in a second. But right after that, Mace, when it's 94-90, they left Jokic wide open, KCP wide open, and Jamal Murray wide open for a 3. And the lead ballooned to 14 almost in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
So they and LeBron was off the court.
Yep.
And so everybody is making this about AD, and he deserves some blame, especially what happened in the second half. But this was an inability to make a defensive stop when you desperately needed to.
How is that not also on AD? The guy that's potentially a defensive player of the year candidate.
On the play where Jokic was left wide open.
Yep.
He had rotated over and actually blocked a shot at the rim, and they kicked it back out to Jokic. And he hit it. Jokic is the best player in the league.
He is the best player in the
Denver
world
is the
right
best
now.
team in the league, and that's part of all this. But I felt like I really like what I saw about Taurean Prince.
Taurean Prince, wow.
6 out of 8.
Yeah.
I think he was 3 of 5
4
from
of
3.
6 from
4
3.
of 6 from 3.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's a good option to kick the ball out to when they get doubled. I thought LeBron was great when he was in there.
He was.
But here's the thing. LeBron, when he was on the court, his plus minus can be a misleading stat, but sometimes it's worth talking about. His plus minus was +7.
Yes.
Take a guess at what the Lakers plus minus was when LeBron was out, but AD was in. So no LeBron, but AD.
But
what do you guys
AD
think?
in.
I would guess it would probably be like -17.
What do you think?
-10.
-19. You're close, Greg.
Yeah.
-19. That cannot happen. I love AD. I think he's got an unbelievable skill set. I think that he controls games defensively at times. In the first half, when he scored 17 points, he went toe-to-toe with Jokic. Sure. In the second half, when he went 0 for 6, if you're going to dial back LeBron's minutes, AD has to answer the bell.
100%.
And it's one game. So I'm not like, there's people like Stephen A. is just, he's treating this like Anthony Davis has had a bad season. It's one game.
Here's what Stephen A. said this morning on First Take about AD.
Atrocious. Oh. Very concerning. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the reason why the Los Angeles Lakers ain't going to win no championship this year. You talk all of this mess in the offseason. I'm so ticked off at Anthony Davis right now. It's an embarrassment what happened with him yesterday. And we got to call it like we see it, okay? When this brother brings his A game, he's one of the top 7 players on the planet Earth. Charles Barkley calls him street clothes. I said no. I call him Six Flags. He's a roller coaster. He's up and down. You never know what you're going to get. He'll drop 41 game. He'll drop 11 the next, like he did between games 1 and 2 in the postseason last year. I believe it was against Denver. You turn around, you got 18 points, 17 points in the first half, okay? In the second half, let's look at the numbers, okay? Second half, 18 minutes. 0 points. Zero! I mean, Anthony Davis, that's trash. 0? Really? I mean, that's just embarrassing. Then you're going to go this. 0 for 6 from the field. Not a single free throw attempt. Nothing. Darvin Ham, didn't I tell you don't tell that brother to shoot threes? Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you he needs to get his big behind down in the post and be the man that he's supposed to be? You got skills, otherworldly skills. And you're going to put forth a trashy performance like that in the second half against the reigning defending NBA champions, who, by the way, en route to get into the finals.
He continues for about another 5
Yeah,
minutes.
he's treating it like Anthony Davis has had a horrible season.
Yeah.
It was one game.
It was one night.
Okay.
It was one night.
Look, it was one night. I understand, but he's absolutely right in one thing. He's a roller coaster. You're going to get a really good game, and then you're going to get a game like this where he does nothing in the second half or he only scores 11 points. And that's the problem. Stephen A. Smith is absolutely right here.
And if we're moving into a world where LeBron is going to be limited on minutes. Like last night, he played 29 minutes, and reportedly they're going to try to hold him in that 30-minute range for the immediate future. Somebody's got to pick up that slack, and and remember, LeBron has said during the course of the offseason, AD's ready. AD's ready to lead. AD's ready to deliver. AD disappeared last night. And if LeBron is going to have limited minutes, they need the best version of AD every night. And by the way, John, didn't they just come out flat? I thought they just came out flat in that game.
That was the next thing. So if you look at that game last night, look at the second, third, and fourth quarters.
They got better defensively as they went.
No, they were all super competitive.
Right.
The first quarter, Denver 34, Lakers 20.
Yep.
They fell behind by 14 in the first quarter, and they never caught up. They got as close as 4.
Yep.
With 7.5 to go. So, I mean, I'm looking at my social media feed, and people want to trade AD. The season's over. Hovick, John Mace, Lakers season is over.
Oh, my God.
One game.
Well, that's
one game against the best team in the NBA
league, right?
In Denver.
Yeah.
In Denver. I mean,
It's just frustrating. I understand where these fans are coming. You don't trade AD, especially not after one game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no. Let's put him on the block. One bad game.
I mean,
but the fact of the matter is, we've seen this movie before from AD, where he's just gone in the second half, and you expected him, especially with what he did in preseason. He played really well in preseason, and he came out, had the big dunk, he had the block on Jokic, and he looked like, okay, this is the AD we're going to get this season, and he was gone. Gone in the second half.
Can we just say,
and we've had it too much.
This is what makes sports radio. People are jumping already.
They're all like Stephen A.
Oh, it's like, they wanted to fire Lincoln Riley. Now they want to trade AD. It's like, what? You can't possibly win here.
I actually had a guy today write me a long tweet explaining why the Lakers should call Philadelphia and try and trade AD for Joel Embiid. They're not going to give up on AD after one game.
Give up on AD? Imagine what we're saying. This team just went to the Western Conference Finals last year. Now you're going to try to give up on one of the guys that got us there.
It's sport, and you're right. Sports is reactionary. Fans are fanatical. I get all that. It's one game in which it was 94-90 with 7.5 minutes to go. And I know you guys are all absolutists, and you're like, doesn't matter, Ireland. Lakers lost, and AD didn't show up. Get rid of him.
Well, there is a step before. There's a step before
There's
that.
several steps before
AD
that.
didn't show up. What are we going to do about it? Not necessarily get rid of him, but what are we going to do about it? Now, I just think he needs to be more consistent. That's the one thing he's never been, is consistent.
Well, he's been first team All-NBA twice.
But
that's that. I mean, you can't get that if you're
as
not
a Laker.
Consistent.
As a Laker.
No. I think
that
he was
doesn't matter.
I think he was a Pelican. But, I mean, his very first year with the Lakers, he led him to the title.
But
He's been
would
here
you
5 years.
would you deny the fact that a little bit what Stephen A. said? You just don't know what you're going to get with him. You don't know from a night-to-night basis what you're going to get for Anthony Davis. And the Lakers have absolutely, and I would assume they're going to play Denver at some point in the future. They got 3 games against them, and then they see him in the playoffs potentially. They have no answer for Jokic. I guess there is no answer.
I was
going
to say, who does?
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
He is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Michael, I said to Michael, I go, this guy's the best player in the NBA, and it's not close. Michael goes, no, Steph. Who would take Steph at this age over Jokic?
No, Jokic is ridiculous.
And then he tried to say, well, Giannis. And I said, Giannis can't stand out and bomb threes. Giannis
can't pass like that.
Passer Jokic is. Giannis is better defensively.
Yeah.
But
as an offensive force. And the weird thing about it is, I was looking at it last night. I'm like, he is one of the, I don't know how to say this. Coming from me, he looks like one of the less athletic players on the floor.
Oh, no.
And still, I mean, he's kind of a clod, kind of a loaf, doesn't jump, and yet he is just so good.
And you can't hurry him up.
Nope.
And the other players complement him perfectly. Jamal Murray and KCP, if you leave them open, they'll kill you.
Yep.
Michael Porter's basically out there to shoot threes and makes them most of the time.
Yep.
And Christian Brown coming out there. That's a great
the
defending
team.
champions for a reason. And it was a 4-point game with 7.5 minutes. So you guys can all give up on the Lakers if you want to. And you
giving
can
up.
No,
yeah,
wait a minute.
You've already given up.
Wait a minute.
Don't do that.
Bergman. Yeah. Did you not hear the very first thing out of Stephen A's mouth? You just saw, ladies and gentlemen, why the Lakers won't win the championship this year.
That was
he
reason.
said it after one game.
Yeah.
He's ruled the Lakers out.
Yeah,
after one.
It is
so. Don't say nobody is saying it. We just played somebody that's saying it.
Yeah,
he has written them off.
Yeah, he is. Look, Stephen A. That's all he does. It's hot take, hot take, hot take.
Hot take.
Well,
but
he has. But there was a little bit of truth.
Quarters.
There was truth in there.
Look at the Laker fans ready to jump off the boat after one game.
But I mean, it's not as though it's completely unwarranted. There is.
Well, let me get
There is a question mark. Anthony
Davis
Davis is a question mark every single night. You don't know what you're going to get.
Well, let me prepare you guys for something. There's a chance they start 0-3, and I still won't give up on the season.
Oh, no, I don't think
because Phoenix is coming in tomorrow, and Phoenix, as you saw last night, is really good.
Oh, yeah.
And Kevin Durant did not play well. He made 7 of 22 shots, so he's not going to do that again. The Lakers have 7 or 8 new guys. They're going to have to Phoenix is going for it right now.
Yes.
Denver is in their prime right now.
Yep.
The Lakers have got to figure it out. And Anthony Davis is an elite player. He didn't play like it in the second half last night. I'm not trying to let him off the hook. But these reactions, these things like that thing you just played from Stephen A. is such a ridiculous overreaction to one game.
And isn't that fun? Isn't that what it's about?
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I think Coach Sean McVay is going to join us. New dad, Coach Sean McVay is going to join us in just a minute here. And he's available right now. Joining us right now is brand new dad, Coach Sean McVay. Coach, congratulations.
Congrats,
man.
Coach.
Oh, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
So when was Jordan born, today or yesterday?
Yesterday. He was born yesterday at 1:13 p.m. So
awesome.
It was a great day. Mom was a stud and, was amazing throughout the process. And, the doctors and nurses were great. And so here he is, and now here we are getting ready for a great challenge this week.
Well, very happy for you, and especially for Veronica because she did all the work. Now we saw you kind of gave us a hint last week that you were going to include your grandfather John's name in there. We've got Jordan John McVay. You going to call him Jordan? You're going to call him JJ? You're going to call him John? Or are you just going to let it play out?
I kind of like JJ. I don't know. Usually the wife kind of decides on that, but JJ sounds cool to me. I think that's probably what I'll call him, but we'll see. Usually those nicknames, you don't always choose that. I'll see what his friends call him, but whatever his mother calls him is what I'll probably have to just follow suit on.
I'll tell you what, Sean, JJ McVay is tight.
That's catchy.
That is a great name. If it goes that way, you're in great shape. All right, so congratulations. By the way, before we turn to football, did you find out from Veronica, do you have a diaper genie?
Oh, yeah, we got one. We're ready to go.
Okay, good.
All
right, we'll send you something else. All right, so let's talk about your football team. Your focus has got to go right back onto the field now. And, well, first of all, let me ask you about the Steelers game. Very competitive. They pulled it out in the end. What was your big takeaway from the game against Pittsburgh on Sunday?
My big takeaway was I thought we had, control of the game with under 2 minutes left in the third quarter when we're going in to go up 10 or go up 14 points. Matthew has a great scramble on a 3rd down and 7 to be able to get us a first down. We're not able to get any more yardage and ultimately ends up leading to us, not getting any points. And then they were able to capitalize on that momentum in short field. And so we've just got to be able to figure out, seizing the moment in those critical situations because, the margin for error is so small in this league. And I think we're too good of a football team to not be able to get some of those things done. I have too much belief in the people and the players. And we've got to collectively all do a good job of figuring out where we can all improve so that we can consistently finish some of these games. You don't take away the credit from the Steelers, but I do believe that thing was, in our hand to be able to close out, and those plays end up, really leading to it. And we weren't able to get it done, and you move on and you channel your energy and some of the frustration from that game towards the Cowboys.
So I'll say this. I don't know how much of this you can say. There was not interference on Witherspoon on 3rd and 7 near the end of the game, and obviously Kenny Pickett did not make the line to gain on that 4th and short. How do you address that? I know you said something about using the eye in the sky more at one of your conversations. Well, tell me your take on that whole thing.
Here's my take. I'm not going to sit here and waste my emotional energy on. I agree with what you said, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not the one making those decisions, and so at the end of the day, we're not talking about that if we take care of the things that we're capable of taking care of beforehand, where it shouldn't come down to those plays. And is it unfortunate? Yeah, of course it is, but no matter whether they say it didn't go down the way that we want or we missed that, it doesn't change the outcome of the game. And I'm not going to sit here and cry over spilled milk. The game is over, and we've got to be able to move forward. But you want to try to be able to consistently find an opportunity to get as many of these calls accurate as possible so it doesn't influence and affect the way that the game ends up finishing out. But to sit here and for me to complain about things that truly are outside of my control, it doesn't do us any good. And it's taken away from time spent on the Cowboys, and I really feel that way. And you have to train yourself to mean it, too.
Sean McVay, the Rams coach, is joining us. Sean, everybody knows you were kind of shortchanged at running back this week. You had to throw a bunch of guys out there that you frankly didn't expect to be playing in the middle of the season. I thought Darrell Henderson and the rest of those guys looked pretty good, but you look at it more than I do. What's your assessment of the running game, both against the Steelers and then looking ahead to the running game against Dallas this Sunday?
I thought both, Darrell and Royce did a really good job. I thought it was about an even share of carries. Thought they ran hard. I thought they leveled things off. I thought they did a nice job when they were asked to compete in protection. Darrell had a screen that got us down onto the 1 yard line in the tight red area. That was a key play for him to be able to punch it in from the 1 on 3rd down. And so I was pleased with those guys. We want to continue to take steps in the right direction. We're in the early parts of the game planning. Getting ready for a great challenge against the Cowboys, but we'll see, how Zach Evans and Myles Gaskin fit into the mix for what we want to do this week against the Cowboys. But I was pleased with both those guys.
Tell us about the new kicker. Obviously, a change at kicker after leaving 7 points on the board last week. Tell us about the new guy.
Yeah, Lucas is a guy that's got a lot of ability, had a good career at Arizona, was on Cleveland's practice squad, and was in Indianapolis before that. You look at the landscape of the league and then the studying that Chase Blackburn and Jeremy Springer do, they felt good about his potential, and so wanted to be able to give him a chance to come in here and compete, and we'll see how that goes. But doesn't have any, real NFL experience in live settings, but a lot of ability, and everybody's got to start somewhere, so we'll see how this thing goes.
Sean, on that subject, on kicking, we're watching this play out all over the league. Your old friend Brandon Staley, the Chargers coach, this comes up a lot with him. When you got to decide whether or not you're going to go for it on 4th and short somewhere on the field, or you're going to kick it, do you go by analytics there? Do you go by feel? Is it a little bit of both? Or what goes through your head when you got to make that decision?
Yeah, it's all of the things combined. It's all right. Well, what are some of the predetermined ranges that we feel like a high percentage of kicks would be made? What is the score in the game? Are we a one-possession game? Are we a tie game? Are we up by multiple scores or down multiple scores? And where are we at on the field? And then the flow of the game relative to, okay, if you're going to go for it on fourth down, what play are you going to call, and what do you feel like you're going against? And so there's a lot of different layers. I am totally appreciative of the analytics and the models and the metrics as it relates to, you just take all of these situations and you say, what should you do? But I also think the analytics people would tell you, all right, well, who is your kicker? All right, where are you at? What type of stadium are you kicking in?
Yeah.
What is the score in the game when you make those decisions? And then, oh, by the way, okay, we're going to go for it on 4th and 3 on the 33-yard line. What play are we going to call? What do we expect and anticipate defensively? And then what's the flow of the game relative to how it's gone and how you've competed in some of those similar situations and scenarios relative to whether it's other fourth downs or third down in your 2 to 5s. And so there's a lot of layers. You go into it with a plan, and then I think it's very important to be able to have a feel for the flow of the game, the score, and all those things that go into it.
Last thing for me, Coach, 3 and 4 here. The NFC playoff chase is like wide open. There's somebody going to make it with 9 wins. Somebody maybe make it even with 8 wins. As you look ahead towards Tuesday and the trade deadline, do you think that is anything cooking? Is your sense that there will be some move at the trade deadline on Tuesday?
I would say, we always look at ways to upgrade if it fits within the framework of some of the things that we have at our disposal. And so those are always conversations that we could possibly have. I don't know that anything is imminent, but I would never speak in absolutes relative to, what are some of the calls and the communication that occur, especially once you get a little bit closer to it. Our focus and concentration is let's go figure out a way to try to go attack an opportunity to get a win in a really tough environment and atmosphere against a team coming off their bye. And if it so happens that a chance to upgrade our team comes about and we feel like it's the right move with conversations that I have with Les and Tony and Kevin and ultimately Mr. Kroenke, then those are things that we'll do, but we'll see how this next week shakes out.
By the way, Sean, I saw Stan Kroenke last night. I was calling the Laker game in Denver, and what a cool moment for him and Josh, who I know you know both of.
Really cool, right?
I
saw those guys, man. Those rings were sick too.
Yeah, I know.
And they looked awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun to see him, and it's great to see him, kind of ruling the sports world like that. Hey, last thing for you about the Cowboys. Their defense coach is really good and really fast. Micah Parsons is like their Aaron Donald. The people down there that do what we do talk about him like we talk about Aaron. You're a great offensive mind, but still, this is a huge challenge for your offense. How do you attack that Cowboys defense, which has Micah Parsons and a bunch of other dudes who can really play?
Yeah, you have to do a great job of, you got to be efficient on early downs and pick and choose your spots. And you got to be able to win some matchups. And it takes all 11, but he is a phenomenal player, and they've got other great players around him. They're really well coached. And so there's a reason why they're one of the best in the world at doing what they're doing. And it's going to be an awesome challenge, which every single week entails in this league. And we're looking forward to attacking it the right way.
All right. Listen, Coach, congratulations again on
welcome to Jordan. Great to have him here, Coach.
Jordan. And go get him on Sunday, Coach. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, Coach. See ya.
Coach Sean McVay, Service Titan, the all-in-one solution that connects your entire HVAC, electrical, and plumbing operation on a single software platform, helping make the combination we love every Rams season. Coach Sean McVay with Mason and Ireland every single week.
All right, let's play Wheel of Questions. Brian, hit it.
Okay. Let me see. It's just popped up here. It's funny how that happens. All right, John, imagine yourself in 5 years.
Okay, so 2028. The Olympics will be here.
Correct. What do you want your life to look like? What's different in 5 years? Be honest.
Yeah, I'm wondering how honest I want to be.
Be 100% honest.
Now, you guys won't like this answer.
No, do it.
I want it anyway.
Do it.
I want to be healthy. I think a lot of people my age are not. And one of my best friends, I went talked to him yesterday because he lives in Denver. Him and I have had the same lives. Like, we're active. We've really had no issues. Has been just hit with medical problem after medical problem after medical problem, and now he can't do anything.
Right.
So I'm trying to be thankful for the for people that have their health, because he and other friends of mine don't.
Yep.
So that's my big wish. I don't know what my job situation will be.
What will it be? Guess. Still doing the Lakers, not doing this.
It's what you want. It's what you want.
Yeah,
is the
what
question.
you want. 5
Be
years from now.
honest.
Think about this. 2028. Come on.
I wouldn't mind, and I'm sure the same way here. I wouldn't mind doing something with the Olympics, because I think it'll be the last Olympics I could do.
Yep.
So I wouldn't mind doing something with that, but I would like to be working less in 2028. I don't know what that looks like, because the Lakers could fire me, ESPN could fire me. These jobs, as you'll back me up on this, these jobs tend to tell you when you're done rather than the other way around.
That is true.
If I'm healthy and I have one good job and maybe I can do some side hustling at the Olympics, I'm good.
Okay, there you go. Bergman, what do you think? 5 years from now, you're already the manager of audio operations. What's life going to look like in 5 years?
Can you get higher than the Mao? I don't think so. So I would like to be out of my apartment into a house.
Okay, good.
You should do that now.
I wish I could.
Well, it's a
I
bad
don't have
time to buy a house.
Yeah, it's a bad time to buy a house,
The interest
and I
rate's
don't
like
have the
17% or something like that.
17%?
I'm exaggerating.
He's embellishing
but
a
it is
little
high.
bit,
Yeah.
but not much.
That would have been scary. I would not like. I don't want my car anymore. I would like a Tesla or an EV, some kind of car like that.
Okay, fancy.
And you're gonna be surprised by this, and especially you, John. I'm sorry. I'd like to be married.
Whoa,
very nice. Yeah,
very nice.
I would like to be married.
Fond
I'd like
love.
to be in a relationship.
Okay,
and Riley. Most importantly, Riley healthy and thriving and getting ready for college.
We'll be in high school. Yeah, Riley will be in high school in
getting ready
5
for
years.
college.
All right, before we get to Brian, let me ask you this. Most people, like my buddy Bill McDonald, was married, successful marriage, had 3 kids.
Yep.
They're all boys. He's very close with his kids. He's super close with his ex-wife.
Really?
They live in the same street.
Oh, wow.
I went to high school with both of them. Says, we'll never get married again under any condition. He did it, doesn't want to do it again. You're the opposite.
Yeah, so I didn't like my previous marriage because it was awful.
Right.
But
Bill would not say that. Bill would say it was a really good marriage.
right. So we have the opposite. I hated my marriage. He liked his marriage.
So you want to get it right.
So yes, I
Yeah.
want
So
to get
you're
it
not
right.
living on the same street as your ex-wife?
No.
Yeah.
She lives
But wait a
about
minute,
40 miles away the other way.
This is getting a little personal, but
I don't care.
You
Tell
obviously
him on my MS,
you obviously co-parent.
Yes, we co-parent extremely well.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep the subject about Riley, then everything's cool.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Actually, she just texted me. I'm afraid she's.
Oh, no, she's listening right now.
All right, Brian.
No, it was nothing important.
Brian, first of all, how old are you right now?
29.
29. You'll be married in 5 years, right?
I will, yes.
You'll be married in 1 year.
Yeah,
right?
probably 1 year, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so what do you want your life to look like?
Well, same with Greg. Have our own place.
Yeah.
Married, own place. Maybe a couple more dogs, place with a yard.
How many dogs are you going to have?
I don't know. I've always had a dream of having like 3 or 4 at the same time.
How many you got now?
Just one.
Okay.
Just one,
I've had 2 or 3 at a time before.
Mason does
All
that.
pitties?
I have 3 right now.
No. All different dogs. I've actually never had the same dog twice.
Same breed.
Same
twice.
breed, yes.
Okay, got it.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. So will you still be working here?
Yeah, I think I'll be in your seat. You'll be out. I'll be there.
Oh yeah, Brian! I love that.
Nice, right? Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
Brian
John's not going to be.
Humboldt
John's already
State.
said he's not going to be here, so you can take John.
I have no idea if I'll be here. I mean, but as I meant what I said before, that these decisions tend to get made for you, so you never know.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll see.
All right, so for me, I actually had this conversation on the podcast today. I am looking for a big third act of my life.
Okay.
Now, I don't know exactly what it. I think it involves writing or maybe hosting another show. I don't know. I already host 2 shows, maybe another show. But in 5 years,
You want to be doing something different.
No, I'd like to be doing this in 5 years.
Oh, okay.
But I would also like to have a best-selling novel. So I'd like to have both of those things at the same time so they can say, oh, man, that Mason, he went on to become an actor, went on to be a writer, went on to be... So I've got another big thing. But I love doing this every day. I really do. And I would be shocked if I'm not doing this in 5 years.
Vince Scully told me a great line once. He said, God laughs when you make plans more than a few weeks out.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
He said that you need to just stay in the moment.
Yeah.
Because if you think 5 years, you just don't know what your challenges are going to be or what your situation's going to be.
Yeah.
You know?
My minister, Dr. Reverend Michael Beckwith, says, don't worry, you're not in control of anything.
Yep.
Which is true. We all try to control.
He
not in control of a thing.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do 2 o'clock call of the day coming up.
We haven't done one for a while.
We have not. 877-710-ESPN. Lakers last night. What is your reaction? We've talked about Anthony Davis, talked about LeBron dialing back his minutes, only playing 29 minutes last night, all that stuff. What did you think of the Lakers opener at Denver? We'll get to your calls coming up, 877-710-ESPN. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about ZipRecruiter. Did you know it can take up to 11 weeks on average to hire for an open job? That's almost 2.5 months. You don't have that kind of time. Stop waiting. Start using ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find qualified candidates for all your roles fast. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. My buddy Ian Siegel, who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. We don't leave anything to chance. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. You can check out the people they send you. If you really like one, you personally invite them to apply, and you're off and running. 4 out of 5 employers on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Go to that exclusive website and try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hey, it's 2 o'clock call of the day.
The reigning MLS Cup champs are on the...
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
missing in Ireland, you little Lakers for life, Lakers for life, you little
Yes.
I like it.
She gets the show, doesn't she?
She actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, can I email this to you? It's just for the guys."
Yeah, I love it. I love it. We should use that as a replay.
That's Sam is her name,
Yes,
right?
So Super Sam.
So
It's
Super
Samantha
Sam.
Dwayne.
Way to go, Sam.
Can we play it one more time?
Yeah, play it one more time. Yeah.
I think we should play it every day.
missing in Ireland, missing in Ireland, missing in Ireland, you little Lakers for life, Lakers for life, Lakers for life, you little.
Her old version was Lakers in 5, Lakers in 5, Lakers in 5, you little blank. And
Yeah.
now we got it better than that.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good.
Yeah,
All right, it is time for 2 o'clock call of the day. We haven't been doing a lot of these lately because of the baseball playoffs.
Yeah, we've had like mini shows.
But we have full show today and we have a full show tomorrow.
Yes.
We're probably going to have a partial show Friday for the start of the World Series, but we're trying to figure that out, right, Greg?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to Ricky in Santa Ana. Hey, Ricky, you're on ESPN LA. Hi.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Ricky.
Yes, I'm calling because I'm upset with the LA fan base this weekend. I went to SoFi as a Rams fan.
Yep.
And the stadium was 80% Steeler fans.
Yep.
It was embarrassing. Embarrassing. And honestly, it was 15% Ram fans, and the other 5 was the staff probably. And they were wearing black and yellow.
So here's
what Mace, you were there. Do you agree with Ricky that it was 80% Steeler fans?
I would say it's not quite so high, but they were definitely louder than any fan base we've had in there. And by the way, the towels were part of that. The waving of the terrible towels is one of the things that was so distracting and made them look like they were more. But look, this is what it's going to be like going to SoFi Stadium. The Rams are in year 7 of the rebuilding of the franchise in Los Angeles, so it's going to take a little bit of time. But I kind of like the environment that we get at games. Like I think 49ers games are too much, but I don't mind when, Dolphins fans or Steelers fans show up. Do you think it's upsetting to you, Ricky?
It's upsetting because no other stadium or venue in football is like that. You won't go to Kansas City and see that. You won't go to Philadelphia and see that.
But you remember that they didn't take 20 years off, Ricky.
Yeah, those teams have been there for 100 years.
The Rams took 20 years off.
Yeah, this is year is it year 7 or year 8? It might be year 8.
And by the way, I've been a sports guy in this town for a long time. Los Angeles, Mace, you fit this profile. Los Angeles is filled with transplants, people that grew up in other places and didn't grow up here. So, Ricky, that's going to be, I understand your frustration, but that's going to be one of the kind of things about living in L.A. You're always going to get a lot of the other team's fans because they moved here from, in your case, Ohio or maybe Texas or maybe Pittsburgh.
All them Yinzers from Pittsburgh were at the game on
this is
Sunday.
the one, they can't afford to fly back to Pittsburgh to go to a game, so this is their one chance. Steeler fans have always traveled great.
Yeah, they have. By the way, Myron Cope, who was the
Yoy
and double yoy, he was the play-by-play guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers for many years, and that was his catchphrase. Yoy and double yoy.
And then he was like, crusty old dude, and people loved him.
So I remember when I first took a job in Pittsburgh, I was a driver on a movie, and I drove actors around and stuff. And so I'd listen to a lot of radio. And I remember listening to the Myron Cope show and thinking, this is the #1 show in Pittsburgh? And then the more you listen, the more you think, oh, yeah, I get why people get him. I get why
He's one of them.
It is yoy and double yoy. All right, let's do one. Oh, Lakers lost. Jerry, Hacienda Heights. Hey, Jerry, you're on 710. What's up? Good afternoon.
Hey, guys. Hey, John, real quick.
Yeah.
Before I say anything, whenever Prince shoots a three-pointer, do you call it Purple Rain?
Oh, I could.
Oh.
Hey, that's good, Jerry. I'll steal that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's very good.
I was watching a game last night. I noticed that a lot of the guys didn't have a really good game. D'Lo didn't shoot the way he did.
Austin
Rui practically didn't do much.
Yeah.
Well,
Austin, I think, was 4 of 11. He never goes 4 of 11.
Rui, I think, was 3 of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't shoot well.
You're right, Jerry. They didn't shoot well. And they still, I know a lot of people are down on the Lakers and especially down on AD after that second half. But, guys, Jerry, they were down by 4 with 7.5 to go in the fourth. They just didn't finish.
Yeah. Those three 3-pointers in a row. Murray we had the rebound there. We lost the rebound. Murray got the ball, and it seems like everything he puts up goes in.
Yeah,
he's really good. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for the
KCP was amazing. KCP was amazing last night.
Yeah, well, he can always shoot. I mean, he's never getting double teamed.
He's a good defender.
Yeah.
He's got a. I'll tell you the one takeaway I had last night as the game wound down and is Denver's better. They're just better.
Denver might be the best team in the league.
Yeah, I mean, they're just better than the Lakers right now.
Wait, are we trying to say that it's a win because they were down by 4 with 7 minutes left?
No, they lost. Did you not watch the game?
No, I did. No, but I'm saying, like, you were like, we were down by 4 with 7 minutes left.
Well,
yeah,
no,
that's cool, but they lost.
The point
in those
is,
last 7
it's
minutes.
not like they got blown out. They were in the game.
Well, yeah, no, Greg.
They're
My
just not
point,
good
my
enough.
point is this: the reaction. If you didn't know what happened in the game, if you just listened to the reaction, and Mason played Stephen A. earlier, you would think the Lakers lost by 30. They didn't.
I think the point is more so that you were down by 4 with 7 minutes left to play. That's the exact time that a guy like AD should be calling for the ball and being a dominant center, and taking control and being like, look what I can. And if he doesn't have a shot, he gets it out to LeBron, and it's a 2-man game at the end.
Well, they took LeBron out. They took LeBron out at the 8-minute mark.
And brought him back in.
Yeah, but then by that point, I think that.
But if LeBron's
Denver
only playing 29 minutes, then Anthony Davis has got to play much bigger than he did last night.
Well,
I mean,
not
that
only
was a
that,
disastrous second half.
Again, the stat that tells you the story of last night was when LeBron was on the court, the Lakers were +7 in those 29 minutes. When LeBron was off the court and AD was in, -19. He has to be better. And I love AD. But he has to be better.
And I'll tell you, the other thing is
But it's one game.
None of the supporting players really
had a
played
big night.
well. Nobody had that night that popped. Like Austin Reeves.
Like Rui in Memphis last year.
Torian had a night that popped.
Yeah,
Torian at 18, yeah.
And more importantly, he made his threes.
Yes.
Right. So, which is something that was killing us last year.
Yep. All right, coming up next for you, John.
Go ahead.
Oh, what were you going to do?
I was going to say we should explain why Brian and I each lost $5,000 to Greg.
Let's do that.
In
and
mythical money right before the show. Brian and I miscalculated something.
We will do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. So I'm looking at tickets for the Sphere and U2, and I don't see a seat, even a bad seat, for less than $1,000.
All right, I'm going to say something that's going to make me come off like an elitist.
Yes.
I would consider paying it. It's that good.
$1,000.
It's less than you paid to go to
The
both
World
the World
Series
Series and the Super Bowl.
And the Super Bowl.
Is
this World Series Super Bowl level? It's Game 7 level?
Yes.
Really?
It is. Wait, Greg, is Cappy on the show today?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so when Cappy comes in, bring this up. He went Friday.
Oh, he went Friday.
I texted him.
Yeah.
And I said, everything go okay? And he said it was fantastic.
Okay,
but
good.
He'll give you a second opinion on it. For my money, I remember one time one of Lisa's friends was getting married at this really fancy hotel in Hawaii. Mm-hmm. I'll just say what it is. It's the Four Seasons Hualalai on the Big Island.
I've driven by it on my way to my much less expensive hotel.
And because she was getting married, they gave us a wedding rate.
Okay.
And with the wedding rate, it was like $800 a night.
No way.
With the wedding rate.
Oh,
so
that's
normally it's like, so I'm telling this story in the media room back when the media room was a place where people congregated.
Yes.
And Al Michaels was in there.
Okay.
And Al said to me, he goes, that might be the one hotel where it's worth it.
Really?
And we did it. We did it for 2 nights. We went and stayed at a regular hotel for 4 nights. Yeah. And then the night of the wedding and the night after, we stayed there, and he was right. It was worth the $800. U2 at the Sphere, knowing
is worth $1,000 a seat
for you. Knowing how much you and Juan love live events.
Yes,
it is so right up your alley.
Okay,
and it is so something I know because I know you.
Yeah,
you're going to want to say you love experiences.
Yes, I love experiences.
You cannot not experience this.
Okay,
you can wait and see someone lesser than you too.
No, but U2 is like my all-time favorite
That's
band.
why I think you should pay.
Yeah, I definitely will find a way.
Get a couple more commercials around here.
Yeah, no, I'm just well, I'm cranking out spec spots, so
over and over. You all are.
Okay.
Everybody is.
We have great partners here at 710 ESPN.
So I'm going to let you, the home listener, in on our process here. So every day, I send an email to Greg, Brian, and Mace of 10 or 11 things that I would like to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we do them, sometimes we don't.
Yes.
Greg, tell me if you agree with this. I think I tend to push the show towards an R rating, and Mace tends to push it to a PG.
This is why I think you would be better at stand-up comedy.
Okay, but in general.
Yeah.
Like if I tend to go over the line, and Mace brings me back.
Yes, you do go over the line more often than
I
Mace
heard
gets
Shannon
close.
Sharp tell a funny story on a podcast, and I've
got it right here.
I know, yeah, but I'm going to actually read what I wrote in the email.
Oh, yeah, do that.
To you guys. I said, you guys will probably want to pass on this, but it's funny. And then I explained on it, and before the show, I played it for Greg and I played it for Brian, and I said, Mason's going to kill this because it's a little too racy. It runs more towards the R than the PG. And Greg said, no, he won't. It's really funny.
Yeah.
And Brian, I said, $5,000 in mythical money, Greg, that Mace vetoes this one. Because we can any of us can veto anything.
Oh, sure.
And Brian heard it, and he goes, yeah, Mace is going to veto this.
I want that too.
Yeah, and so
I thought it was so
And
nice.
I said $5,000 mythical dollars,
Right.
$5,000 mythical dollars.
And we lost. So here's the backstory before we play it. Shannon Sharp was on a podcast with Chad Ochocinco. And he told the story about going out on a date when he was a rookie with the Broncos. He explained to Chad that he wasn't making any real money yet, but he liked this girl, and he wanted to take her to a fancy restaurant to impress her. He knew it was a possibility that she would order something pricey, so he ordered like a salad.
Right.
Because he wanted to have enough money to pay for the date.
Sure.
And then he picks it up from there. Here's what happened next.
And so Ocho, she got the menu and she just looking. I'm like, well, damn, what she gonna order? I say, you gonna go ahead, you gonna order something? She say, I'm trying to figure out what go with lobster. I say condoms. I say, cause if you order that, we gonna have sex tonight. Needless to say, she didn't order that, and I never saw her again. I put that on everything, Ocho.
That's amazing. I'm so glad you were okay with that. Yeah. I love that story.
No, I don't even know. I don't even know if that's R-rated. That was like PG-13. I can't believe you thought that would be over the line.
I just misjudged it. I thought
this is the original Bobcat in the Sack. Are you kidding me? The sex stuff doesn't bother me.
But the thing I love about that story is that actually happened to a friend of mine.
Oh, really?
He was in. There used to be a Chart House. You guys remember Chart House?
I do.
Yeah, great restaurant. There used to be a Chart House in Westwood. And so I'm at UCLA.
Was that the place with the honey mustard shrimp? Is that the Brad Sesmat Chart House?
I can't remember. Maybe. Yeah. And so I get this phone call, and it's Mark, one of my fraternity brothers, goes, I need you to bring me some money. Because he didn't have, most of us at that point didn't have credit cards.
Yeah,
we were at UCLA. And I go, where are you? He goes, I'm at the Chart House. He goes, just be incognito about it. And I go, okay, how much you need? He goes, like $60. I go, okay. So I go to an ATM. I take out $60. I ride my bike down to the Chart House because it's like 2 minutes away. I was living in Westwood. And I walk in, I see Mark, and I wad up the money in my hand, and I shake, hey, Mark, good to see you. He goes, hey, it's my date, Heather. And I look down, and Heather's eating lobster.
Oh.
And that's what he did. He ordered, filet of sole for at the time, like $25, and she ordered lobster for like $60.
Yeah.
And he never saw it coming.
Yeah.
And so I slipped him the money. He paid for it. I don't think she ever knew that I interrupted the date to give him the money. But has that ever happened to you guys? Have you ever been on a date and your date goes nuclear and all of a sudden you're in a different price stratosphere?
I never have.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
no, I know. I never got
she ever
that.
go
well,
for
you,
the
Greg,
lobster?
you date now. So have you ever had that happen?
Where they go overboard like that?
Well, you'll order something reasonable and they go way over the top.
No, but I've gone on some dates where the price just skyrocketed, and I was like, "What? How did this happen?" Because we got like a bottle of wine.
Yeah, right. Then it adds up.
And then all of a sudden, you look at the bill, and you're like, "Oh my god, I owe over $300. I can't do this."
Yeah.
That's happened, but they don't do it on purpose.
Have you ever gone to the place where the woman's menu doesn't have the prices on it?
Yeah.
And they don't know how much things cost when they
order market
it.
price.
I know what she's spending, but she doesn't know what she's spending.
What do I do in situations that are kind of like that? Like if it gets all the way up into the 300, 350 range, and she says, "Oh, I'll split it with you," you're still supposed to do. You're still supposed to. Do
I wouldn't split.
I think you should ghost her.
Well, it depends. Does this make a difference? If you have no interest in seeing her again,
I would do it. But if I want to see her again,
I would always I never made Lisa pay for anything.
No,
I would just feel guilty about
I
it.
always reach out. I always pay for the check. If every once in a while she says, "Hold, I'm going to get this one," I'll say, "Okay, thank you."
Let me go back to the original point. Why did you think I wasn't going to like that bit?
For the same reason that you're the only one that ever hits the dump button.
Well, there's certain things that you have to hit the dump button.
That's where I thought you would go.
But
I thought you would hit the. That's what Brian thought too. We both thought that you would hear that and dump it.
But on this
the minute
one,
he said condoms, we thought you would hit dump.
I mean,
it's not a bad word.
No. But like
it's actually safe.
That was like the most dumbass bet
safe word.
I can think of. Condoms is so what?
Yeah, but
Sex,
plus
the
the story is
it's
funny.
The racial stuff that I bail out of.
Racial, political.
Racial and political.
Yeah, nothing about that. Nothing about that was and the best part of that at the end, he goes, "I never saw her again."
Yeah,
because he realized this girl's going to drive me to the frickin' poorhouse.
Well, but also, I mean, he had the guts to even say like, "We're having sex," and if you don't want it, that's what's going to happen. That obviously didn't happen. He never saw her. It makes sense.
And by the way,
put it out there. He had the guts to do it.
I'm surprised it didn't work.
Yeah,
I would never be able to say that.
Yeah,
I would
pull that
never
line
put
off.
that out. No, yeah, you have to be a certain type of person.
Boy,
Shannon Sharp can do that.
Speaking of like restaurants and food, I had the best meal I've ever had on a plane last night.
Really?
Ever.
Oh, this is on the Lakers
on Laker
plane.
charter on the way back. So what they normally do is they cater from a restaurant in the cities where we are.
Yep.
So in this case, there's an Ocean Prime in Denver that catered the plane.
Yep.
And they give us a menu, and I look at the menu, and normally it's
you can just order anything you want on the plane?
No. There's only maybe 3 choices.
Okay.
So the choices last night were chicken, lamb chops, or steak.
Damn.
So I got the lamb chops.
Yeah, delicious. I love lamb chops.
Shocking.
They were insane.
Yeah.
They were
they were the ones you pick up and you
No, they were bigger than that. They were like the size of a pork chop.
Oh, really?
And they were that's my favorite thing to get at Slay is lamb chops. But these lamb chops were like I had them, Trudell had them, like the whole back of the plane had them. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is there an Ocean Prime in LA? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But yeah, it was really good.
On my flights, I normally get a soggy wrap. You ever get the
plain
wrap?
food in general is bad.
Oh my God!
But
I stick with the Pringles.
But we have a really good travel coordinator, and we have we have a chief of staff that overlooks like the menu and stuff, and so they take really good care of us. Last night was like a grand slam.
All right, I want to remind everybody, Fifth Row Fridays is going on. So something that we said on Monday, something from yesterday, something we say today, and then Thursday and Friday. You got to keep notes, and you got to remember, and you got to figure out all 5 answers for Friday at 3:30 for a chance for you to be in the 5th row at a Lakers game. It's Lakers Orlando. It is Monday. You can be there in the 5th row if you can win 5th row Fridays. Pay attention to everything we're saying. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Jacob and Ronnie. So imagine you're in an Uber or a Lyft, and you're sitting in the back seat, and you're on your way to your destination, and bam, you're injured in an accident. It's not just a normal car accident. An accident with an Uber or Lyft is totally different than a normal wreck. Your driver is covered by Uber or Lyft, so not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance, you got to talk to the Uber and Lyft insurance company as well. Let me just sum this up. Get Jacob. It's complicated. He can handle it. He's done more Uber and Lyft cases than anybody. He has taken on these cases before any other attorneys, and he understands all the nuances involved in this kind of accident. So if you're injured in any kind of rideshare accident, immediately call Jacob. Remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And Jacob wants to thank all of you who walked with him and his team at the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk last Saturday. To make a donation, go to calljacob.com actually change that. To make a donation, go to call.jacob on Instagram or the Law Offices of Jacob and Ronnie Facebook page for more information. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The reigning MLS Cup.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department.
All right, guys,
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
All right, guys, it's officially back. 5th Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. 5th row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play. Why are you playing this?
Sketchy.
Sketchy.
Yeah, I haven't played this one yet.
This was a huge album back in the day.
Yeah, sure was.
Have we not learned that Brian plays what he wants to do?
Yeah, Brian.
Play. He does what he wants to do.
By the way, that used to be a tagline for a radio station in San Diego. We play what we want.
Well, I think Jack.
Yeah,
had
Jack
that.
FM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was
Jack
that
FM.
it?
Yeah. I don't know if they're still around or not.
Yeah, absolutely
Is Jack
they are.
FM still-
Yeah,
Are they our
the
partner for the Rams?
Yes, they are. They're absolutely still a Ram.
Yeah.
I
knew
Ram?
that. I
tried to do that. So you put them
yeah,
together.
yeah.
A Ram, a round.
Exactly.
Didn't work out.
Hey, I want to remind everybody, tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football, it's got a new home. It's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. You can join Kaplan and DeMarco Farr and producer Lindsay Baseball and the 710 Fun and Games Department tomorrow night for a party in Lindsay's, giving away $1,000 every Thursday night. That's tomorrow from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar. Win cash, watch football.
All right, so Greg, you listened to Mad Dog today, right? How did he handle? Okay, so Chris Russo said that he was going to retire on the spot if the Phillies didn't beat the Diamondbacks.
Yes.
Last night, the Diamondbacks beat the Phillies. But today is a busy day for Mad Dog. He's on with Stephen A. today. He's on his regular High Heat show with Alana Rizzo. So did he show up?
Okay, so
He was on Howard Stern also, but we're not going to play that one.
We're not going to play Howard Stern. Which
game? That would probably go past an R rating.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's probably, I'm assuming it went Howard Stern, First Take, and then High Heat.
Okay,
we're going to
so
play High Heat.
We're going to play High Heat.
All right, so this was his explanation about how he's going to handle his missed prediction.
And he's with Alana Rizzo, and Alana Rizzo is grilling him. Here's that.
Now, Stephen A. said, I don't want to hear it. When you say you're retiring, you can't separate them. So he's got a fair point there because I'm trying to separate it. I said the retirement on Sirius XM.
It does. Okay, so are you going to give up? Are you going to give up your most lucrative job? Are you going to step away from your most lucrative job?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay, and by the way, who do you think you are? Tom Brady that can retire and then come back? Rob Gronkowski that can retire and come back? Tony La Russa that retires and comes back? Who do you think you are? If you said you're going to retire, you need to retire.
You finished?
You finished?
I like that, just that last part.
So
finished.
By the way, he stepped in it, but he shouldn't have to retire. It's a figure of speech. If it's like me saying I'm going to kill Mason, I'm not really going to kill you.
Okay, good.
I mean,
no, we're taking everything literal now.
So he went on Howard Stern today.
Yeah,
and they resolved it this way: Chris Russo is going to walk the streets of Manhattan.
Well, this is what Howard proposed. Right, Greg?
Yes,
in a bikini.
He kind of agreed to it, but who knows what he does? He agrees to things all the time and then just goes back on it, so who knows if he does it.
Yeah. So he says he's going to walk the streets of Manhattan in a bikini.
We made Dave Singer do that once.
Yeah.
On the day the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue came out, Dave's one of those guys, I think he actually had the hair removed.
Yeah,
but
he did have it. Yeah.
He's one of those guys that has hair all over his front and his back. He looks like a bear when he doesn't have his shirt on. So we made him put on a bikini and hand deliver copies of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue to famous people. Mm-hmm. And we made him do it over the phone live on the air.
Right.
Remember he went to Bubba Smith?
Oh, yeah.
He went to Jeannie Buss.
Yep.
And all these people did was just laugh hysterically at him.
Yeah.
And then we made him stand on Santa Monica Boulevard and hand him out to cars.
It's true.
Russo's going to be made to do something like that.
Yeah, that's the way it sounds from the Howard Stern show.
But the problem is that he doubled down on it. So after Game 6 and early in the day before Game 7 yesterday, he retweeted him saying, I'll retire and mark it down, and you mark this down because I'm actually going to do it.
Yep.
He said, I stand by my promise with an exclamation point. So he's doubling down on it. And
so
then
you think, Greg, you think he should retire?
No, I don't want him to retire because he's
a national treasure.
But he doubled down on it, and he's saying it.
So
mark this down. I stand by this.
So what do you think his consequences should be?
See, the way he should have done it, and it would have been better, and it could have been funny, was he goes, all right, and he doesn't show show up for the rest of the week, and he shows up like on Tuesday.
He could have milked it. That's true.
He should have. That's the way you play into a bit. That's what we do here.
Right, but it's just a bit. I mean, if he walks the streets of Manhattan in a bikini, I think that does resolve things.
And it's better than him not just retire. I mean,
him just leaving.
Absolutely. Then we'll never get John's Mad Dog voice again. Don't do it. You're in Laker season.
I know. I trashed my voice the last time I did it.
Yeah, don't do it.
But I think it's just ridiculous. He should have just played into it more and not sit there and be like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I haven't thought about it." Oh,
I honestly think he doesn't know what he's going to do.
I think he doesn't know.
He should have just done something. He's a sports radio
guy.
He's been doing this forever.
Oh, he's the only one doing hyperbole. He's the only one that's sailing.
Ask John. Ask John. You can't do hyperbole.
No, but it's like Stephen A. coming out this morning and play the beginning of that Stephen A. clip. In the first 10 seconds, he declares the Lakers' season is over.
Atrocious. Very concerning. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the reason why the Los Angeles Lakers ain't gonna win no championship.
Oh my God!
It's one game.
One game. Instant reaction.
So now we're not allowed.
But this is what's great about our business.
I know. We're not allowed to have one bad game against the best team in the NBA in their building.
And there's nothing wrong with hyperbolization. Hyperbolization is good for what we do.
Especially here. But the fact of the matter is, for Stephen A.'s clip again, it's not about one game. It's about AD doing it again.
Do you agree?
Again.
Do you agree that because AD did it, as you say, again, that the Lakers are incapable of winning the championship?
Absolutely not.
Then what are you doing?
You got to talk
Why
about
are you standing
something.
up for him?
Yeah, well, because the rest of it is right. It's a roller coaster, and that he doesn't show up.
If you remove the season is over, I think there is legitimate criticism.
I'm not saying it isn't
Davis.
legitimate, but I'm saying it's too soon to pass judgment on the Laker team after one game.
Correct, but you're choosing one line. The season is over. Blah blah blah. But he goes
I'm not choosing one line. He's choosing
it. He
it.
goes on to describe what we have talked about, which is that Anthony Davis was
he's MIA in the second half.
He was MIA.
How many years has he been here? 4?
I don't know. 5,
4 or 5, yeah.
Something
it's been like the
long?
same thing every year.
But here's the thing. You're not allowed to complain when he does the same thing over and over again. He's going to do it. This year, it could be amplified by the fact that if they're really going to dial back LeBron James' minutes to 29 or 30, AD's got to carry a disproportionate amount of the load, and he did the opposite last night.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. He needs to be a better ball player in those moments when LeBron's not on the floor. 29 minutes, he needs to be good for 40, for 35. Like, he just has to.
Or last night, he only needed to be good for 24. If he plays the second half, it's a different outcome.
And really, you're down by 4, like you like to say, you're down by 4 or 7 minutes. You need to be good for 7 minutes.
People, the sky is not falling.
No.
It's one game against a really good team, maybe the best team in the NBA. And by the way, it's not going to be easy tomorrow night either.
Right.
Phoenix is really, really good.
Yeah.
And Devin Booker basically beat the Warriors by himself.
Yeah.
So,
are you going tomorrow night, Bergman?
Yeah, I'm going.
Are you going in the suite? Where are you going?
No, yeah, I'm going to be in the suite. For
in
the
the
most
suite.
Part.
Nice.
Yeah, I might try and steal your seat at some point.
Oh, my seat. Where's my seat?
Well,
I don't know where it is.
Second half.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He won't be there.
I think I'm going to stay tomorrow night. Don't me.
I need to get my $5,000 back.
Don't me.
If you go to the whole game, you're missing a day.
I told.
Oh, yeah, stay for the whole game.
I told Bergman I really am getting tired.
You can't not do it now.
No, I have to do it now.
You're too close to the end.
You're like 13 days away.
You're like the marathoner who's like gasping for air. You gotta finish.
After today, I've got 11 shows left in the 58 show streak.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah, I am.
You're not bailing out now.
No way. No way. All right, we're going to do some What's Up, Fool. Bergman's got stuff. Brian's got stuff. We will do
What's
that.
up, Fool?
Coming up next, right, get some Lincoln Riley stuff at 3 o'clock. Make sure you're here for that. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so I just saw this come down on breaking news, so I want to do that.
Okay.
Dusty Baker has decided to retire as Houston Astros manager after 26 seasons as an MLB manager. He says, "I'm gone." What is your legacy for him as a? Do you still like Dusty even though he's the Astros manager?
I do.
I do too.
Yeah, I think he's a great guy. I think he's going to the Hall of Fame.
He's a great baseball guy.
He absolutely is going to go on.
I don't. Do you think he would have gone had he not won the title with the Astros last year? I think that
as a manager, I think he was already a Hall of Fame manager. Yeah.
Really? Without a title? Are there any managers in Major League Baseball
didn't he have
in the Hall
title?
of Fame with it? No, not before last year.
He didn't win it with the Nationals?
He went with the Giants. He went with the Nationals. Didn't win it.
He didn't win it. When he went with the Nationals, they won.
Oh, look it up.
2019.
Yeah, I don't think he was a manager. It was Davey Martinez.
Was it Davey? No, that's right. It was.
Yeah.
But he was. But I mean, he took all these teams to a World Series.
He was the manager of the Cubs when
he's got 2 pennants
Steve
and 1
Bartman
World Series.
did his thing.
Oh yeah. So I mean, but every team that he was a manager of did pretty well.
Yeah, Cincinnati. I don't think he ever took to the playoffs, did he? But I mean,
he have Ken Griffey Jr.?
No, never took Cincinnati to the playoffs. Actually, never took the Cubs to the playoffs. He took the Giants to the playoffs in 2002. took the Astros to the World Series in 2022, won the pennant in 2021, and then this year loses in the ALCS. I mean, I think of him as a great manager. He was a manager of, sadly, what, when we look back at the history books, will have been a really dominating team in this era, which is the Houston Astros, and he was a huge part of that. So
7 years in a row in the ALCS.
And I've always liked Dusty Baker. I
He was a Dodger.
I talked to a guy who said, I forget the player. He said the great thing about Dusty is he's been a starter, he's been a pinch hitter, he's been a guy that was on the bench a lot. He's been a bench coach. He could speak to any situation that players happen to be in, and he could always say, "I've been there," and he had.
By the way,
that's what you need for the Hall of Fame.
His most famous been there moment. Do you guys know
when he had to get his son, or when JT?
No, JT.
Snow?
Yeah, JT Snow grabbed his son Darren, who's now in the Reds minor league system.
Right.
By the way, no, he was Dusty Baker. I'm fairly certain this is true. Was in the on-deck circle when Hank Aaron hit 715.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think he was playing for the Braves, and he was in the on-deck circle when Aaron hit it out.
But to get into the Hall of Fame, you have to be beloved by the writers and all those kind of things. And he absolutely is.
Yeah.
So he's 100% going to get it.
I met him once. I remember I was at a Charger practice, and I was working in San Diego, and there's Dusty Baker. And I just said, "Dusty Baker, what are you doing here?" He goes, "I'm pretty good friends with Leslie O'Neal. Remember the defensive end that was an all-pro defensive end Charger?" He goes, "So I'm down here visiting him." Cool. He's very nice. Good dude.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, I saw a brand new Beats commercial starring LeBron yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And in the commercial, it has him, Bryce, Bronny, and Savannah. And in it, Savannah is saying, "Tell him you're not done playing until you play with your son." And it shows a picture of Bronny. And then do it again and shows a picture of Bryce. So I looked it up. Bryce isn't eligible for the NBA until 2026.
Yes.
Is there a real honest chance that LeBron is still playing by then?
Let me tell you something. There were 2 or 3 plays last night. Michael and I described this on the air, where LeBron just grabbed a rebound, drove through the entire defense, and dunked it.
Yeah.
And
by the way, last night at the very beginning of that game, that athletic play he made going out of bounds and saving the. I mean,
21st season. I tell you what. I'm not ever betting against LeBron for anything like that. So right now it's 2023. So
that would be his.
So 3 more years. I'm not betting against that. He could do it.
It just seems like the stars would have to align perfectly for that to happen.
Right, and now we don't know what's going on with Bronny.
We don't know what's going on with Bronny.
He's supposed to play, though. He's healthy and going to play at USC.
He is, okay.
USC's going to be really good in basketball this year.
Yeah.
With or without Bronny.
Now, if Bronny goes to the NBA next year, do you think LeBron leaves?
No.
No? You don't think he'll go try and play with his son?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like he gets drafted by Orlando.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Fine. Do you think he would go to Charlotte?
Because he can walk away, right? After this year,
good question.
He can walk away.
I don't know. I know he loves living in LA.
But this has been his stated goal for a long time.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't be surprised either way.
I hope not.
Would you draft Bronny just to keep LeBron around? Like a first. Let's say it's a first-round pick. It's the number 24 pick.
Yes. I don't know. You've got to draft the best player on the board. Right?
Yeah. But most guys who get taken 24th are 50% chance they don't make it anyway.
Right. That's
so.
True.
Yeah, I would consider it for sure.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So as we know, it is Halloween time. With that comes
I hate Halloween.
Pumpkins. So
you hate joy.
I just hate Halloween.
You don't like candy?
I love Halloween.
I'll eat candy, but I hate Halloween. I hate the junky decorations in the neighborhood. I'll be glad when it's over and when I can put up my Christmas stuff.
I'm going to a Halloween party on Friday, and none of the guys will really dress up much, and all the girls will dress up really sexy, and Halloween's great.
Nice. All right. Well, going off that, I actually just went to a Halloween party this last weekend with my fiance.
Okay.
We dressed up. I was Bobby Boucher. She was Vicky Valancourt.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good get. That's a good outfit.
And there was a Halloween costume contest, and I was blown away with how intense people went with it.
What was the best costume, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the best costume was a Harry Potter theme. It was a wife, a
they
husband,
had
and they had a little
maroon
baby.
and gold scarf.
No, they did like a mandrake, like a thing. They had a little baby inside of a flower pot, and like if you're familiar with the thing, it's like a
As they don't know what a mandrake is.
His game of games. We are not familiar with anything.
So there's
Harry
a
Potter.
baby in a flower pot, which is obviously from Harry Potter.
Right. I mean, if you saw
mandrake.
if you knew
Flower
it,
pot,
you'd be
baby.
blown away.
If you pull it out, if you pull the baby out of the mandrake, it screams at you.
Yeah,
And you have to put on headphones.
Yeah, they had headphones. Yeah, it was a great costume.
Okay, so we've never done this, but I got a note from Stephanie, who is the most valuable player here at 710
Unsung
ESPN,
hero.
ESPN Los Angeles.
This was actually my original question before John went on to the
What
Halloween party.
is your question?
what is the question?
Well, there was an artist who did 80 different pumpkins, carved it doing a dance of Michael Jackson Thriller. Kind of like
While he was carving the pumpkin?
No. Like a flip book. So he'd line it all up next to each other, and in the video you see them all kind of moving.
Gotcha.
Right.
And so it was just like, what are your guys'? You ever carve pumpkins? Are you good at it? Kind of a deal.
No,
And to that point,
I'm
the
not
contest-
carving any pumpkins. My family probably will. I'm staying away from the pumpkins, but I'm dressing up for this party on Friday.
Art, what are you wearing?
So Lisa's going as a butterfly. Okay. And it's like a pretty elaborate.
Really? It's like big wings and
yeah.
stuff?
And so
Oh.
I'm going as a butterfly catcher.
So
I've
you'll
got
just be a guy
with a net, and I have a hat with a veil on it. And
Okay, I like
I'll show
that.
you. I'll show you a picture.
I like that.
I'll
That's
show you a
Is she
picture.
painting her face all like
Oh yeah,
cool different
she's
colors?
going. She's going all out.
This is perfect. You don't have to do much. She does everything, and you still look good.
Yeah, it's
Now, Tuesday, the
so
station...
it's kind of like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, Tuesday is Halloween, and the folks here at the station say Halloween costumes, holiday attire is appropriate. Encourage you to wear your costumes.
But didn't she want us to carve pumpkins too? I'm not.
She also
doing that.
wants people to carve pumpkins. There's a Good Karma wide pumpkin carving contest. I'm bad at carving pumpkin. Are you going to dress up, Bergman?
I don't know,
Tuesday?
maybe.
Yeah.
I was the Big Lebowski last year, so
Nice.
I might do that. I might do it again.
The dude?
I still have the dude. I still have the long hair, so I might do that again.
Yeah. You're going to dress up for here, John?
Also, I get to
No,
come in a
probably
robe.
not.
Why would I want
Do
to
it
come
for
in
the
a robe?
YouTube. Do it for the people on the YouTube.
What day is actually Halloween?
Tuesday, yeah.
It's the day after the
Am I in
Orlando
town? I think
game.
I am. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll see how it goes with this costume on Friday. If it's good, I'll wear it.
Okay, good.
What's up, food?
Are you? Wait, hold on. Are you gonna dress up?
You
Mason?
talking to Brian?
No, you,
Talking to you.
Oh,
Mason.
to me. Yeah, I'll come up with something.
Yeah.
I'm
All
going to
right.
do something Christmas oriented.
No, no.
Yeah, there we go.
Halloween.
I'm going to come as an elf.
Respect Halloween.
And-
Respect
As
Thanksgiving.
an elf,
Buddy
or,
the elf.
Santa Claus. Oh, that would be great, Santa Claus
For Halloween.
for Halloween.
Be an interesting statement
Yeah,
by you.
it would be.
What's up, food?
All right, guys. So today is also National Chucky Doll Day.
Oh,
from
boy.
the killer movies.
Yep.
And as a kid, for some reason, my parents let me watch this, and I loved the movies growing up. And then out of nowhere, it became my worst nightmare.
Really?
And
You started having dreams, nightmares?
Dreams. Chucky was coming at me every day. So my question to you guys: is there any movies that were in your nightmares?
Well, in Greg's case, it was Ernest Scared
Oh,
Stupid.
here we go.
Chucky is not scary.
Oh, come on, as a kid, though.
But
I mean-
Ernest is.
Okay. Yeah, well, the monsters. We're doing this again. But you kill me for these crazy-looking monsters and Ernest Scared Stupid. But you say nothing to Brian for a killer doll.
We kill you because
With-
we once
with
asked you
freckles.
what is the scariest movie you've ever seen, and your answer was Ernest Scared Stupid.
When I was
forget
8.
The Omen, forget Exorcist,
No,
forget Halloween,
Exorcist isn't
forget. None of that scared Greg.
Okay,
Ernest Scared Stupid apparently
By the way,
scared him to death.
terrified
I
me.
just pulled up the image. I've never done this before. The pictures of Ernest Scared Stupid. The monsters are stupid.
No,
They're not real looking. They're not real looking. They're
You're
fakey
looking at it.
monsters.
You're looking at it from now. That movie's from like 1987.
Yeah, but they're fakey monsters.
no, it was in 1987. It's a different kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't believe
if you
this
go watch the
scared you.
original Jason and the Argonauts, everyone was like, "Whoa, this is
you know what it
insane."
is? I think you're soft. I think you're soft.
If there's anybody in this room, these two rooms,
you're the soft.
the soft goes to
you're
you,
like
Mason.
Charmin over there. You're like Charmin.
I use Charmin, the blue one.
Yeah.
Ultra soft.
So I also was never afraid of Chucky. Chucky was not hard to fight.
Thank you.
All you had to do was kick Chucky over. Done. It's just a little doll on the floor. Why are people? Your defense against Chucky is just kick him, right?
By the way, speaking of
Chucky,
wasn't John Gruden going to sue the NFL and take the whole league hostage and expose all their secrets? And none of that ever happened.
Yeah, he can't really do much.
away.
He can't do much of anything right now.
Very weird. All right, is that it?
That's what I got for you.
Okay.
That's what you got. Okay. By the way, John, here's the monster from Ernest Scared Stupid. It looks like it looks like a cartoon.
Oh, it's like a giant troll.
No,
almost.
it looks like the 7-Eleven or AM/PM
guy.
guy.
It's like Tungus.
Oh my God!
It does look. He's a ringer for Tungus.
If you're 8 years old and you watch that and you see that with all the
You were a
snot
wimp at
dripping
8.
off
Yeah,
all
you're
over
a
it.
wimp.
I was watching The Exorcist
8-year-old
at
wimp.
8, and you were watching Ernest.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Coming up next for you,
Insane.
I do not
An Exorcist
know.
isn't scary in the slightest.
Oh, please.
It
When her
wasn't.
head spins around 360. That didn't do anything for
No,
you.
no, because back then when you watched it in the 1950s, that was scary.
It was not the 1950s.
1955. It's fine. Whatever one.
The Exorcist is scary.
It was scary. It's not scary now.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
It's about what age you are when you watched it.
No, it's partly about I grew up Catholic, and so we. I mean, it's a big Catholic thing.
Oh, come on.
It's a big Catholic thing. The church
So it's not
actually
scary
does
if you're
send
not
out
Catholic,
exorcists.
is what
No,
you're
I
saying.
just think it hits harder if you're Catholic.
Yeah.
Because it's a priest.
Okay.
And he gets thrown down the stairs at the end. Spoiler alert.
Wow, look what you did.
Yeah. All right, coming up next for you, what is going on with Lincoln Riley? What is happening over at USC? There are some interesting reports out there that I want to get to coming up next. In the meantime, if you're coming to the home opener tomorrow night, you can join ESPN LA for a pregame party at LA Live starting at 3:30. Stop by the 710 booth for a chance to win Lakers tickets, T-shirts, prizes, and more. Plus, there will be photo ops with the Laker girls and the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy. That is tomorrow for the opener starting at 3:30. BB Go, food truck, all kinds of stuff. Make sure you're out here before the opener. Lakers open against the Phoenix Suns at home. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BB Go.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the 5th row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
dig around
Right.
in there. You know exactly. You know what
It's
I'm
bad
saying?
for you, you know?
And on the box, I just noticed today, it says, do not use in ear canal.
Yeah, everybody
I'm
says
like,
never.
What else would you
Yeah.
use it for?
No, everybody says never put anything inside your ear smaller than a towel. And I use Q-tips every single day.
Me too. And it literally on the package, I never noticed today.
It
Says,
drives me crazy if there's stuff in my ears.
yeah, don't use in your ear canal.
You do have to be careful. I remember Marcellus Wiley told me a story once that he was cleaning out his ears and some girl, ran into the bathroom at Columbia and said, "Hey, Marcellus." And he turned
Jammed it in?
couldn't get it out, had to call.
Oh, really? It got stuck there.
Got stuck in there, had to go to an emergency room, have him take it out.
Well, here's the question.
But I'm always pretty careful.
If it's not for your ears, and the box says it's not, what exactly are Q-tips supposed to be for?
No,
Like,
they
make
are
it-
for your ears, but you're not supposed to put them in the canal. You're supposed to clean your ear itself. So you have all those ridges in your ear?
Yeah, right.
So clean the outside of your ear, but don't stick it in the canal.
Oh, see, I'm digging around in
Yeah,
there.
I clean
I'm
all
looking,
of it.
I'm looking for gold.
Me too. I use it every day.
First thing I do when I get to a hotel room, do they have Q-tips?
Yeah.
If not, I bring mine.
What hotel room has Q-tips? I never have Q-tips in my hotel
Well,
room.
you don't stay in John's
I know.
kind
I
of
stay at
hotels.
Motel 6s.
Yeah.
And Marriott.
No, like
Courtyard
I
Marriott.
can't think of the last time I was in a hotel room that didn't have them. But I travel. I travel with them.
Yeah, you travel with
You ever try ear candles?
I have tried ear candles.
Somebody says they work great. I've never tried
I've
that.
tried them a bunch of times. They do work great.
So explain how they work.
So it's like beeswax or something like that, and you light it on fire. It's probably
right
like
there, I'm out.
11
You
inches.
light it on fire. It's
I don't
about
want fire next to my ear.
You stick one end in your ear, and then you light the other end,
Right.
and it burns down. And when it finally gets to the bottom, it's got all the wax and stuff that it got rid of.
Yeah, it's pretty insane how
it's
much
called
it collects.
ear candling, and it gets so much wax out.
I have a really good ear, nose, and throat doctor who says
Yeah, I
you
got
should
some.
go
I'll
to a
bring 'em.
doctor and get your ears cleaned once a year, but I never do it.
Yeah. Try the ear candling.
And by the way, I think Q-tips are actually used for like makeup and nail polish and
Is
stuff.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think that's what it's supposed to be for.
I think they're made for my ears.
They are 100% made for my ears.
So, all right. So, Lincoln Riley, I have no idea what's going on over at SC right now. So,
neither does anyone else because they won't talk.
Well, more than that, Lincoln Riley has not been at at practice for the last 2 days.
I know he was sick earlier in the week.
It says he was sick. Yesterday he was not there. Says he was sick, or they say he was sick, and we hope everything's good. The timing of it is really weird. And then there's some reporting by Scott Wolf, who is always around the USC football program.
Yeah, he writes the Inside USC blog.
And he is suggesting that Lincoln Riley has got feelers out for an NFL job for next year. This is what he says. He says, I think, okay, hang on a second. I've heard from 3 different NFL coaches that they've heard he's putting out feelers to tell teams that he's ready to jump if it's the right scenario. He wants to go somewhere with Caleb Williams, presumably the number 1 pick in the draft. Now, as of this moment, Chicago
might have the first
two picks, exactly.
Yeah.
They've got Charlotte. No,
They
got
made a trade with Charlotte
Carolina's
for
pick,
Bryce
yeah.
Young
Yeah.
with Carolina, and so they have their pick and Carolina's pick.
So, is Lincoln Riley really going to be a short timer here?
I think Lincoln Riley is going to the NFL one day.
As a head coach right now, though?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Raider fan. I'd much rather have Lincoln Riley than Josh McDaniels.
Why wouldn't he leave?
Yeah,
why wouldn't he?
USC?
Oh, because he's making $10 million a year. You don't leave at the first sign of adversity.
Well, this isn't the first sign. This is. You seem to think that they're good. They're not.
No.
They're not good.
I didn't say they're good. I said they're not as bad as everybody thinks.
Well, you bet me $50,000 that they're not going to lose another game in the regular season.
Correct. Yeah, I did.
They're going to lose at least 2.
I'll stand by that bet, and I'll retire if they lose another game.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah, hold me to that.
Lincoln Riley's going to get NFL offers. Are you surprised at that?
Yeah, he's not coaching well in college.
Well, he's not.
He's scuffling right now.
Their defense sucks.
He's got the best quarterback in the country, and they're not effective at the offensive side.
They score 40 points a game.
Yeah, but the reality
how's that not effective?
If you look at their point totals, they're going down every week.
Well, Notre Dame they didn't score, but
this last game they struggled. They
lost 34-32.
Right, but you said they're scoring 40 points a game. Earlier
they
were
averaging
scoring
40
50 points a game.
They're averaging. I mean, if you average all 7 games, they're averaging.
But here's the
40
thing: he's
points
got
a
an
game.
all-world quarterback, the best quarterback in college football. He's not winning. He's lost 2 consecutive games. What would make an NFL team say, oh, yeah, we want the guy who bans reporters. We want the guy who doesn't let players talk to the media. We want the guy that's lost 2 games in a row. That's the guy we want?
First of all, no one cares about the media.
I don't care. I'm not talking about the media. I'm saying
you mentioned 3 things.
Right.
I don't let our players talk to the media.
Which
I don't
is
talk
ridiculous.
to the media. I agree with you, but owners, NFL owners, don't care about the media. We care about media because we're it. But nobody cares. Nobody cares about the USC players not talking. It's the wrong thing to do. It's a disservice to the players.
Right.
And it makes Lincoln Riley look like he's a small-town jackass who doesn't understand L.A.
And that is who he is at this moment.
But Nick Saban is...
but that's Tuscaloosa, Alabama, man. Different world. This is Los Angeles, California, number 2 media market in the country.
I was just going to say, Nick Saban got an NFL job. And Cliff
flopped.
Kingsbury got an
And
NFL
flopped.
job. Right. Well, I mean, Lincoln Riley might flop.
Which college coaches have lately jumped to the NFL and done really well? I don't think there is one.
I don't think really.
Well,
ever.
historically, there are very few. Jimmy Johnson won a national championship in college and then went on to, great success in the NFL.
But only for a short period of time.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, though, how many current NFL coaches have at least some college in their background.
Well, I think some college is different from being a college football head coach.
Yeah.
I'm just looking down the list of current NFL coaches, and nobody jumps out at me as being a guy that would jump from a college job to a pro job.
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll, there's your exception. Tomlin, Peterson, Zach Taylor. No,
Tomlin was at a college and then worked his way up as an NFL assistant.
I mean, as a coordinator, as that kind of stuff, and worked that ladder.
So, yeah, it's a good question. Head coach, who are the best examples? Pete Carroll, Jimmy Johnson, Dennis Erickson and Chip Kelly jumped to the NFL and then failed. By the way, Bergman, somebody sent us pictures of Chip Kelly smiling. I was shocked.
How crazy. Weird. Well, he was a college coach and had some success in the pros.
Yeah, had that one good year in Philly, and then
Philly.
was like in San Francisco. Didn't he go like 2-13 or something?
Now, if Harbaugh goes back, I would say Harbaugh. Well, obviously, he's already had success.
He was.
Harbaugh belongs on that list, but the list is short.
He went Stanford to the NFL.
Right. I'm trying to think of other coaches that had a ton of success in college, and then like John McKay, the old USC coach, went to the NFL, but he took over Tampa, an expansion team,
and they won winless.
Nobody expected anything. He had that great line where somebody asked him after a game, "What did you think of your execution?" And John McKay said, "Oh, I'm all in favor.
I'm in
of
favor
it."
of it. Exactly. Yeah. I don't understand, and I don't know exactly what's going on. Look, they need to. This is a huge test for Lincoln Riley these next few weeks. Are they going to buy into Lincoln Riley? Are they going to play for their coach? Are they going to rally up? A couple weeks ago, when they played Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman had just lost 2 consecutive games. And the Notre Dame fan base was very, very upset with Marcus Freeman. You know what they did? They went out and they crushed USC. To me, that's the moment that Lincoln Riley is in right now.
He's going to win this week.
He's going to win this week, but I'm talking about the Washington game, the Oregon game, the UCLA game. Are they going to play for him? We're going to find out.
I saw Joel Klatt today on Colin's TV show.
Yes.
And Joel was saying that, and he's a really good analyst.
Yeah, he is.
He was saying that defensively, if you look at that Utah game, their problems are in the scheme, according to Klatt. Like, for example, that first touchdown that Utah scored, they tried to guard a running back with a defensive end.
Yep.
And the guy just ran right by him. And later in the game, like, guys are lined up wrong. So he feels. Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He feels Alex Grinch has these kids misaligned. Now, that's just one guy's opinion.
So here's a nugget.
But that doesn't have anything to do with Lincoln other than the fact that he's sticking with Grinch.
You want to hear the story of the USC season? They have now allowed 33 pass plays of 20 or more yards. That ties them for 127th in the FBS. They've allowed 33 plays of 20 or more yards. Now, here's what is interesting. I don't know if you want to get into this or not. I've talked about the defensive line has been actually really good, and it has been.
Okay.
I looked at the depth chart. They've got 9 players that came through the portal. Okay? You know where 5 of them are? An entire defensive line came through the portal. Basically, their entire offensive line or defensive line.
Yeah.
And you know how many players in the back end of the defense came through the transfer portal?
I'm guessing 0.
0.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So if you look at the map, clearly they're getting pressure. The back end of the defense is absolutely terrible. And I think that the other issue for USC is they don't have the weapons for Caleb Williams that they had last year. Dorian Singer they brought in as the Jordan Addison replacement.
They miss. But that a Branch, it just seems like a star.
He's great. He's great in the return game, right? We saw him make that great return.
They got to find ways to get that guy the ball.
Yeah,
on offense.
he's not necessarily a factor in the passing game. It's really Taj Washington who's doing much of the damage, and Dorian Singer a little bit. But they've got serious work to do. But I think a lot of this is, are they going to go out and play for him? And if they don't, it tells you something. It tells you something about him as a coach.
But even if they do go out and play for him and they lose 40-38,
then they
is
played,
that on him?
They played for him.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In other words, are they going to get steamrolled by Washington? Or are they going to get steamrolled by Oregon? Is there
They
quit
did not
in this
get
team?
steamrolled by Utah. That was a good game.
It was a really fun football game to watch, and they had them.
They just at the end they couldn't contain that quarterback, who's a third string quarterback. I mean that they should have been able to handle.
Absolutely. As Whittingham said, he's a pig farmer.
Yeah.
Comes from a family of pig farmers. All
Oh,
right.
he was good.
Coming up next.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
A man was arrested for faking heart attacks more than 20 times in restaurants in order to avoid paying the bill. Is he kind of a genius or just a creep?
Okay. I'll tell you coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
Yeah. Taylor
Who's
Swift.
this?
I'm the problem.
I didn't even know who this was.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. It's me.
Just in case you forgot it, get stuck in your head again.
It's totally wedged in my brain at
Is
this
she
moment.
saying? Is she saying it like sarcastically, or is she?
No, I think.
Or is she like Austin Reeves? I'm him.
She's
Right.
no, she's
I'm him.
acknowledging that she's the problem in a lot of her relationships.
Really?
Sneak preview of coming attractions, Travis Kelce.
Hey,
it's her. It's not you.
But I heard that Travis Kelce was out. I'm sorry, Jason Kelce was out talking about how Travis is now having to deal with paparazzi. It's one thing to deal with the media at your scrum, after your game, after your practice, all that stuff. It's another thing to have people staked out at your house, which is how Travis Kelce is living right now. There are reporters at his house looking for any sort of Taylor Swift sighting. So dealing with the paparazzi, I don't think I'd ever really want to deal with the paparazzi. Would you?
I don't want to lose my anonymity. I want to be able to go to the store and not worry about it. And I don't think those two can. I don't think Travis Kelce or Taylor Swift can. All right, so what do you think about this guy, this man who was arrested for faking heart attacks 20 times at restaurants to avoid paying a bill? So he got 20 free meals. Brian, is that guy a little bit of a genius or just a creep?
I think he's got a real heart attack coming towards him. I don't know.
You think he's messing with karma?
I think so.
Greg, 20 free meals, that's pretty good.
Once or twice isn't okay faking it.
Oh, I don't know. Not
right,
porn.
He's breaking the law.
Here's the details.
I don't know if it's a law, actually.
He's from Lithuania.
Okay.
He was recently arrested in Spain after allegedly faking heart attacks at several restaurants in order to avoid paying the bill. The man, who is identified only as Aidas J, A-I-D-A-S, has become known locally as the Gastrojetta, as he tried to scam at least 20 times over the past year at different restaurants, according to a Spanish newspaper. So after a while, they kind of figured him out. Most recently, he ordered a seafood paella and 2 whiskeys at the El Buen Comer restaurant Taparia in late September and had a bill of about $40.
Yeah, oh wow.
The man attempted to leave without paying, but restaurant staff stopped him and noted he still had to pay the bill. The scammer became visibly upset and said he was going to get the money from his hotel room. When the staff refused to let him leave without paying, he dramatically threw himself on the ground and pretended to have a heart attack. Not fooled, the staff called the police instead of an ambulance, and the man was recognized by local authorities. The restaurateurs said the man doesn't speak Spanish well, although he does seem to understand it. No hablo inglés. No hablo inglés. The man's image has been shared among many area restaurants, and they're joining together to keep him from striking again. But he could just go to a new town.
He could. I mean, I think you are really a scumbag if you're faking heart attacks to get out a $40 check.
Yeah, at least have it be $100 check.
But I mean, no, just faking a heart attack is
just in general.
It's just a terrible thing.
Right.
I read a story about a woman who wore a fake baby outfit. Do you hear this?
I didn't see it, but how can you tell it's fake?
Well, because later they found out she wasn't having a baby at all. She just had like one of those fake baby outfits on, and she was using it to get time off on maternity leave, even though she didn't have a baby.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's actually kind of smart.
That's a little brilliant.
Wait a minute, you think that's genius? Smart? That is not. That is
no,
not
that,
genius. That is the same as faking a heart attack.
Brian, I'm with you. That's genius. Who's going to question that?
Right. You don't question that ever. You're not going to question a heart attack, but if it obviously comes out that he's faking, he does it 20 times, it's messed up. Just wearing a little baby.
Well, and also you could fake bereavement leave. I mean, you could say...
But all these things are like awful things to do.
Right, I would never do them.
Faking somebody's death.
But
I'm faking a heart attack.
Are these people crazy like a fox or just crazy?
Crazy.
A little bit of both.
I think a little bit of, it's both, but crazy like a fox. Like that's your, gaming
the system.
Oh, come on.
You're going to do that to get out of a check?
No, I'm not going to fake a heart attack, period, and I'm not going to fake it to get out of a $40 check.
And faking pregnancy is the same thing?
No, faking pregnancy to get out of work for, 6 months, 2 months, 3 months.
Oh, really?
Wouldn't you? Okay, let's say...
As a boss, you would be okay.
I would not be okay with it. I found out.
Some of the women... Well, wait a minute. How would we find out? But
that's the problem.
Let's say like Lindsay or Laura or Emily...
announces to you, Greg, because you're technically their boss, hey, I'm going to go on maternity leave. And they come in every day and they're wearing this fake suit Mason's talking about.
And you have to do it like little by little.
Yeah,
right.
You have to slowly over a period of time.
How long would it be before one of us geniuses figured it out? Like, we'd never see pictures of the baby. We'd never meet the baby.
Correct. So, you'd eventually find out.
So it's funny because Rebecca Womble, who does the highlights for the Laker games and the Rams games, she's been pregnant twice in the last 2 years. And she was one of those people that didn't actually get a belly. So it was very, very small. And so when she actually sent pictures, and I've seen the babies. But But it was just shocking. It was like, you're pregnant? Are you really pregnant?
Do they call
because
that proof
you have
of baby?
Yeah, proof of life.
POB.
Proof of life.
But if Laura or Lindsay started doing that, I would never know.
Right.
Ever.
I don't think I would either.
Ever.
And we wouldn't question if they didn't send out pictures. We would just say they want to be private.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, they can get away with it.
Now, don't give them ideas.
Well, you have to live with yourself. I couldn't live with myself.
Yeah, I couldn't live with myself. To me, that's the most important thing is, can I feel good about what I did on it?
Are you guys all going to watch Wemby tonight?
Yeah, I want to see Wemby. Bergman's not a Wemby believer, but I am a Wemby believer. I think
misconstrued everything I said.
Wait, you said he.
How's it misconstrued? What do you think of Wembanyama?
I think he's an amazing player, but I don't think he's going to play more than 40 games. And I think at some point he's going to get hurt. When you're 8'5" and you weigh 100 pounds,
yeah, he is.
You're going to get hurt.
8'5", is that correct? 8'5".
I think he's now 8'7".
Yeah,
he just grew 2 inches.
It is crazy.
And 99 pounds.
The raw skill there is just astounding. He's San Antonio and Dallas tonight, I think.
Sounds right. Yeah.
San Antonio and Dallas, I think. So Luka and Wemby.
It's gonna be a great game.
Should be a great game.
And he's probably gonna do some amazing things, and everybody's gonna look like, look at him, he's amazing. Because there was that video of 90 seconds of Wemby, and he just was like going between people's legs. So once you see it,
you may revise your opinion after you see him actually play a whole game.
I think he's going to be amazing when he plays. I just don't see him staying healthy. That's it. I think he's an amazing talent.
Yeah.
I've seen guys that are like, he is basically Sean Bradley with Kevin Durant skills.
Sean Bradley with Kevin Durant skills.
Yeah. Manute Bol with Kevin Durant skills.
Yeah.
Bol plays for Phoenix. Manute's son. We're going to see him tomorrow night.
Oh,
I don't know if he'll get in the game.
Tell you what, coming back next, it's a pair of long shots in the World Series. And I'm wondering, I was thinking last night, and I was tweeting last night, should that make me feel better or worse as a Dodgers fan, that it's 2 long shots in the World Series? Let's do that coming up next. And quick reminder, Fifth Row Fridays are back and officially happening even as we speak on Mason and Ireland. This week you can win Fifth Row tickets to the game with Orlando on Monday night. Listen to Mason and Ireland every day this week. We have said something today that will be on the quiz on Friday. There will be one question about Monday's show, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's show. If you can answer all 5 questions on Friday at 3:30, you can win fifth row seats to see the Lakers, presented by BBGO, the official game day snack of the Los Angeles Lakers. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about barbecues galore. They are the home of Mount Alpi Grills. With 40 years of grilling experience, Mount Alpi's has a beautiful range of pre-assembled plug-and-play islands. These are modular islands, and they're all available with a kegerator, sink, and refrigerator options. All outdoor kitchens have white granite countertops and stylish design features. Best part, your outdoor kitchen can be delivered in just a week, starting at just $2,800. Check out Barbecues Galore's flagship station or store in Irvine at the Marketplace. By the way, you don't even have to pay for everything at Barbecues Galore. They have extended financing, and they have the best low price guarantee in the business. You find a lower price anywhere, they'll match it. Visit their website, bbqgalore.com. bbqgalore.com. Barbecues Galore, not just a barbecue aisle, a barbecue store.
Every Friday, we're giving away fifth row tickets to a Lake.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash, and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets?
Yes.
We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free! Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, so what's going on, people? It is Wednesday, and tomorrow's going to be a really big day here at the station because
tomorrow's show is loaded.
It's the opener for the Lakers tomorrow, and I think most people are going to the game. Most people around here are going to the game tomorrow night. Michael Thompson's going to be here. Pepe Mantilla is going to be here. We'll do some gambling with Joe Fortenbaugh. We'll do some fantasy with Matthew Berry. Are we even necessary for the show at this point, Bergman? We've got so much going on.
No, you just let them go. We should actually put Matthew Berry with Joe Fortenbaugh.
That's a good show.
And just see how they do.
See how it goes.
I like that.
Just be like, hey, you're both on.
Exactly.
Go.
Somebody asked me why I'm not tweeting at all right now, and the answer to that is I'm actually tweeting inside the Mason and Ireland Mafia. So we call this at my house Little Twitter.
Okay.
How can you call them Little Twitter?
Well, no, it's because I'm talking to just the people in the Mafia. I'm not talking to big Twitter, the broader world. I'm talking to, it's like a gigantic group chat.
Sure.
All right. So, quiz for the three of you.
Okay.
You know, in most NBA teams,
Mason.
Most NBA teams debut tonight.
Yes.
4 teams started last night. Everybody else starts tonight.
Right.
What schools, what colleges do you think have the most players on NBA rosters? I've got the top 5, and there's actually 6 because there's a tie for 5th. 3 strikes and you're out.
Okay, so it's got to be Kentucky.
Kentucky number 1,
yeah.
26 players.
So I'm pretty sure UCLA has somewhere around 14, 15.
Is that one of your guesses?
Yes.
You are correct. 15. UCLA's number 3.
Look at that. Right on.
All right, so Kentucky's number 1. UCLA's number 3. You're missing 4.
I would think Duke.
Duke is number 2.
Yeah.
Your guys are 3 for 3. Duke has 24.
North Carolina probably would too.
That's your first miss.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they haven't been that good.
So
and
you
they
need
also,
4, and the 2 schools tied for 5th.
Okay, so
you want a hint?
Oh, I got one. What about Gonzaga?
That's what I was thinking.
Number 5, very good. Gonzaga has 11 players, and they're tied with another school.
amazing.
So the schools you have left are both the 2 you're missing, 4 and 5. And you only have 1 strike.
Has it been mentioned?
No.
Okay.
And they're in the middle of the country.
See,
both of them.
I'm thinking something like Baylor probably has a decent amount of people, but I don't know exactly how many.
Middle of the country.
Michigan State probably has a good amount of people.
Michigan State's actually, I think that's actually a good one. Let's go Michigan State.
Strike 2.
Ooh, okay. I know Michigan. Michigan itself has Jordan Poole. It has Mo and Franz Wagner. It has
The
a couple.
Wagners.
The Wagners.
I think we should go with that.
Correct. Michigan's 5th.
Oh, yeah.
All right, number 4 is a middle of the country, huge basketball school. Like, they're good every... Boom. Kansas. Very good, boys.
Yeah.
Get them all. So it's Kentucky 26, Duke 24, UCLA 15, Kansas 12, Michigan 11, Gonzaga 11.
Yeah.
Followed by Arkansas, Arizona, Texas, and Villanova.
Yeah, we weren't going to get Arkansas. There was no chance we were going to get Arkansas.
That's Eric Musselman.
Yeah. Isn't that Brandon Miller?
Yeah, he's one of them.
Have you looked at your fantasy league team? The one that Tyler
No,
is
did he
running?
win or lose last week? He was tied with you, I know.
Yeah, he won.
So wait, is he ahead of you now?
Let me see.
He was 1 game out of last place, but also 1 game out of 5th. That's how tight.
Yeah, I'm 3 and 4. I can tell you that much. I'm 3 and 4
I think
in
he
this
is
league
too.
right now. And in the standings right now, Tyler, operating Irish Luck, is 3 and 4. Oh God, I forget.
You can't lose to
friggin'
Tyler.
record
Well,
is Tyler.
no, yeah, but you would win on a tiebreaker because you beat him.
That is true. That is true.
But he has won more games than I thought he was going to win. I ran into Lenny Bart in Vegas.
Yeah.
And he won the whole league last year, and he's terrible this year. I think Two Stooges are like last.
Lenny is last?
He was.
He is last.
Yeah, so he went from first to worst.
Yeah.
By the way, your guy Jameer Gibbs had a monster game.
He did have
I think Tyler played him too.
Like
Really?
60 yards and a touchdown.
He had a touchdown, but he also, you're not PPR because your league's stupid,
Yeah, no,
but
it's not
otherwise.
PPR. Well, no, other people play non-PPR.
Yeah.
Our league is stupid, but it's fun.
so
I don't
dumb.
understand why our league is
So
stupid.
dumb.
What is it? What's stupid about it?
Well, it's 30 years old, and we haven't changed the rules in 30 years.
If you score 40 points, you have a great chance of winning.
I have one scoring 40 points.
That's what I'm
insane.
saying.
But that feels like more.
So it's more
that
like a
feels
real football
More
game.
like real football.
Yeah.
Nobody scores 180 points and
It's like 50 yards to get 1 point for passing.
What
It's
did you tease? You teased
25
something that
yards for rushing.
We didn't get to that you were going to get to. Do you remember
Yes.
what it was?
So there are 2 long shot teams in the World Series.
Okay.
The Diamondbacks started out the year 125-1 to win the World Series. They started the playoffs 33-1. They were the last
mystical money opportunity
team.
That's my guy Derek Hall running that team.
Texas was 50-1 at the start of the season, and at the beginning of the playoffs, they were 15-1. So a 125-1 shot is facing a 50-1 shot in the World Series, and they weren't even thought highly of when they got to the playoffs.
So strangely, Derek Hall, who's the president of the Diamondbacks, I know, and Bruce Bochy, who's the manager of the Rangers, I know. He was the third base coach for the Padres when I worked in San Diego. He once let me coach third for an inning in a
Get out of here, really?
in a exhibition game.
Oh, that's
in
cool.
Yuma.
Normally I get put at first one time, but third
Well,
base
he
is a
was the
tough
third
job.
base coach. So the way we did the bit was he did like the first 7 innings.
Yep.
And he put me out there for the 8th, and I didn't get any action.
You didn't Dino
I didn't,
Evo
no,
it?
nobody even got to second base.
Yeah.
But I did get to give some signs.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. You know.
So I got suckered back into the World Series. I'll be honest. You guys were texting the other night.
The other night was fun. There was
during
one
game,
night. Greg,
game 7 of the Rangers.
There was
series.
one night that was like the best night of baseball I've seen in 5 years, where one team, was the game where Altuve hit the 3-run homer in the ninth.
Yeah.
And then right after that is when Arizona made that great comeback.
Yeah.
So it was like this killer night of baseball. And I like postseason baseball in general. I don't like any of these teams. But I'm rooting for Derek. I'm rooting for Arizona.
I'm rooting for Arizona, too.
And so Torey Lovello's a UCLA guy.
Yeah. Love the young talent on that team is great.
Yeah.
Corbin Carroll's
and I like
be a
that
really
they're in the
big star.
Dodgers division, so all of a sudden you've got, some competition in the Dodgers division, which will be fun.
Yeah.
And so I hope they win it.
Yeah. Who are you rooting for, Bergman?
I feel like the team that beat you should want to go all the way. So I want Arizona. But
in other words, we lost to the eventual champion.
Yes, I want to have that.
Yeah.
But I am actually a huge fan of Corey Seager. I've always been a huge Corey Seager fan, so I think I'm kind of leaning towards
that. Okay, so we've always said Andrew Friedman has an almost
impeccable record.
Yeah, like he's and the only guy we've ever said he really made a mistake with was Yordan Alvarez. He traded him for nothing.
Josh Fields.
Now, I understand that he had Trey Turner.
Yep.
And I understand that they thought they were going to keep Turner. And I love Turner.
Yep.
But I think letting Seager go was a big mistake.
It was a terrible mistake. In the moment, it was a bad mistake.
Well, no, wait a minute.
He wanted to leave.
In the moment, he wanted to leave, and he had major injuries. Remember, he missed a whole year.
Well, didn't he? Came off the World Series MVP, or
right.
did he play one more year?
Then,
I don't think so.
No, then he missed that whole next year, right? And then
he went to Texas.
Well, no, then he went to Texas, but after he missed the year with the Dodgers,
because he went to it was. I'm trying to remember.
And Texas,
he
2020
missed a year?
No, I don't think so. 2021. So they won in 2020. He went to Texas in 2021, right?
No.
Because
no,
Trey
2022.
Turner,
he had a year after he won the MVP.
Yeah, because Trey Turner and Corey Seager played together.
Yeah.
And then
but he
Corey
played.
left. Trey went.
Corey
to short.
got hurt, and Trey moved to short.
And he only played 95 games in 2021 for the Dodgers. He's a great player. But if you knew if you knew Trey Turner wasn't in it for the long haul, and clearly he wasn't, to me, you find a way to keep Seager. You find a way to pay him.
I mean, it would have been much better in the long run.
In the context, they were thinking, well, we got to pay Walker Buehler. We got to pay.
We still have to pay Walker Buehler.
We got to pay, all these guys.
Cody Bellinger at the time.
And in the end, you didn't wind up paying any of them. All that money could have gone to Seager.
I mean, what did he get? It was something like 10 for $325 or something like that. It was
he got a huge deal
to go into Texas, where he plays well in Arlington. Like, you should see his numbers.
Well, that's where he got
both
the NLCS and the World Series MVP. All the games are in that stadium.
Yeah, now he's going to play 4 games.
I did. 10 years, $325 was his contract.
Good for him.
Oh, I got that right on.
He got the bag.
Good
they say.
So
him.
he's not upset in any way.
All right, hey, read the mythical money standings.
Yes.
The mythical money?
No, I'm sorry. The game of games standings.
I was about to say, we've done that. But, all right, so it's Brian 3.
Way to go, Brian.
Yeah. Sedano 3, and Sedano is online. He's going to play game of games.
I bet he is.
Well, yeah.
Wait, he can't play if he's online.
No, he's on Comrex.
Right.
He's on Comrex.
Yeah, but then you can look stuff up.
Oh, I trust Sedano.
We trust Sedano. So Brian 3, Sedano 3, Bergman 3, Ireland 3, Mason 2, MT 1, Cappy 1, Beto 1, and it's worth 2.
So with a win, I can take over the month.
Yeah, well, everybody.
I'm tempted to bet $5,000 on Sedano to win because he's not here.
Oh no!
Yesterday, you were on Comrex. You could have looked stuff up.
Yeah, you could have.
Did you look stuff up?
Was yesterday though?
Denver.
Yeah, you were in
and
Denver,
you won.
and you were on Comrex.
Yeah, but I never looked stuff up. But Sedano's going to win.
I don't think Sedano is the game favor him.
No, it probably favors you.
Okay, good.
Why am I going to cheat and you don't cheat when you're on the road?
Well, because I play every day.
See,
I've played 3 times.
You have to pick and choose because you're competitive like us.
Right, but I'm not.
Tell us. If you're not going to cheat, I'll trust you. Are you going to cheat?
I don't ever cheat.
Okay, good. You're in.
By the way,
that wasn't a no. That wasn't a no.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even notice that. It was a non.
But
I'm not going to cheat.
The assumption of cheating is kind of a dispersion.
Well, it's the fact that
because now if I win, it's like, oh, you cheated.
Of course.
Yeah.
Googling.
He's Googling.
I'll make him go first every time. How's that?
Okay, make me go first every time.
That's his Comrex penalty.
Yeah, by the way, George,
a Comrex penalty? Like it's my fault I have to be on the road?
But I'm saying when I'm on Comrex, I'll agree to go first every time.
That's totally fine. But you know what the best part about all this is? when Cappy's on Comrex, we don't make him go first.
Right, because we know he's not going to win.
He doesn't care.
See, that's the difference.
No matter what, he's not going.
Ireland and Bergman are to the death.
Yeah.
Shadano, are you battling to the death on
Sedano's
this?
more like us than he's like you. Yeah, he
I'm
wants
more
to
like
win.
them than like you. Yeah.
And I'm just like, F it. I don't care.
No, you do care. What
I
are
don't
you
care.
talking
I
about?
don't care at all.
Mason,
No,
you
he
literally have
yeah.
made the biggest deal ever of not winning a
George, you know
I
what
don't
the
care.
answer
I
is?
so don't care.
He cares when he wins.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
No. I only care about the ones I win, George. Only care about the ones I win. All right. We're going to do Game of Games coming up next. Shadano has made the I will not cheat pledge.
Well, he's also tied for first. So this is an important game for
very
him,
big,
for
and
everybody.
it's worth two. So we'll do
And
Game
what
of
is the game? Do we know?
It's
I'm not
Ireland's
saying.
game.
I will reveal after
okay.
the break.
Okay. We will do Game of Games coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about the most thrilling experience I've had in a long time. I got to drive the Hyundai Ioniq 6. So I'd never driven an EV before, but this courtesy Southern California Hyundai dealers. This thing has a range of up to 360 miles. You can go just about anywhere on one charge. It's got ultra-fast charging capabilities. So you can go from 10% battery to 80% battery in just 18 minutes. And the Ioniq 6 makes the transformation to EV so easy. Digital key, remote parking assist, all this kind of stuff. Stuff that is honestly just like mind-blowing. The fully electronic Ioniq 6, when it comes to making the jump to EV, they think of every single mile. Hyundai, it's your journey with the Southern California Hyundai dealers. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay Baseball, and guess what? Thursday Night Football has a brand new home, and it's the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Join me and the 710 Fun Games Department every Thursday night for a party. I will be giving away $1,000 cash every Thursday night. So this Thursday from 4 to 7 at the 909 Sports Bar, win cash and watch football with me, producer Lindsay Baseball. Or maybe they should call me Lindsay Football. See you there.
Big news, Laker fans. John Ireland here. You can now stream every Lakers game on the ESPN LA app. Don't miss a second of the action with Michael Thompson and I on the call. Plus, all your live and local Lakers talk every day in the palm of your hand.
You're one tap away from everything Lakers.
You could even win Lakers tickets.
Download the ESPN LA app and bam!
Download the ESPN LA app at the App Store and Google Play.
All right, guys, it's officially back. Fifth Row Fridays presented by BBGO.
That's the official game day snack of the Lakers, by the way. And this is the best thing we give away. Fifth row seats to a Laker game. How many times do people come up to us and say, hey, give me Laker tickets? Yes. We don't have them. I don't even have them, but you can win them if you listen every day.
And these seats are better than the seats that you and Michael have, right?
15 rows better.
Yeah.
Michael and I are like row 20. So here's how you win. You listen every day to all the shows and take notes. If you can answer 5 questions about what happened on the show that day, you're eligible to win.
And don't forget, on Fridays, your chance to call in all 5 right answers, and you are in the fifth row at Crypto.com Arena for a Lakers game.
For free!
Game of games time. It is a very, very tough cluster of competitors for this month, and it is Ireland's game today. Shadano is here.
And leading.
And not going to cheat.
And not going to cheat. I never thought he was going to cheat.
I'm going first every time. Go ahead. As a matter of fact, if I go first and win, I want 3 wins, not 2.
No, you don't get 3, but you don't.
No, because you accused me of cheating. You besmirched my name.
Yeah. What we said was
a besmirchment.
if you're on Comrex, you have the ability to cheat, was my point. I didn't say you were gonna. And
You besmirched me.
Yeah, it was a
I'm calling Jacob.
Okay.
Yeah. You're right.
By the way, where
He's
are
damaged
you?
your reputation.
Are you at home, George?
No, I'm in Miami.
Oh, okay.
You now have to use the word besmirched in a game on
I will
Saturday.
work it in tomorrow night.
I was here for 2 reasons. I have my mom's follow
how
up
is
with
your
her
mom?
surgeon. She's better. Follow up with the surgeon was today. We have a lot more range of motion.
Good.
And then I actually lucked into I have Virginia against Miami this week.
Fresh off that big win, Virginia.
Yeah. So the Emily game. I have another Emily Hebel game.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay,
All right.
so here is the game. The World Series is set to start this Friday. We've already know it's Arizona against Texas.
Yep.
Okay. With that in mind, I have a World Series quiz. It's multiple choice. Here we go. Question 1.
Okay.
When Reggie Jackson hit 3 home runs against the Dodgers in Game 6 of the 1977 World Series, which one of these Dodger pitchers did not give up one of the home runs? A. Elias Sosa. B. Charlie Huff. Or C. Doug Rao. Sedano, Sosa, Huff, or Rao?
Huff.
Brian.
Charlie Huff.
Greg.
I'll go with Huff.
I am going the old knuckleballer Charlie Huff.
Charlie Huff gave up the most famous one, the third one.
Ah!
It was Bert Hooton,
Yep.
Elias Sosa, Charlie Huff. Doug Rao was the
Doug
correct
Rao.
answer.
So there you go. We all got it wrong.
Okay, here we go. Question 2. There is only one team currently in Major League Baseball that has never appeared in the World Series. Which one is it? A. Mariners, B. Padres, C. Rockies. Sedano, Mariners, Padres, or Rockies?
Mariners.
Mace.
Mariners.
Greg.
Mariners.
Brian.
Mariners.
It is Mariners.
Yeah, it is
I
the
thought one of you
Mariners.
guys may say, yeah, Padres have been in 1, and the Rockies, I think, have been in 2.
Well, Bochy took the Padres, and Matt Holliday was in the one with the
that's
Rockies.
Yeah, they
right.
played they beat the Cardinals in the NLCS, and they played Boston.
Yep.
Right. Okay. When was the first World Series game to be played at night? A, 1951, B, 1961, C, 1971. Sedano, 51, 61, or 71?
71.
Greg.
71.
Mace.
61.
Brian.
I'm going to go 61.
The answer is 1971. Sedano and Bergman got it. So right
I
now,
can't believe there wasn't a night game until 1971.
remember when you were a little kid, they all used to play
came
them in
home,
the day.
They were
you
day
came home
games,
from
yeah.
school
Yeah.
and you watched the game. Yeah.
I mean, when you were a little kid, Mace, remember?
There you go.
He was in his 20s.
I do
He was a
remember
Ute.
it. Shadano, you and I are contemporaries.
Okay. In 116 years, the World Series has only not been played twice. Once in 1994, it was because of a players' strike. The other time was in 1904 between the New York Giants and the Boston Americans. Why wasn't that series played? A. The Giants manager hated the American League president so much he refused to play against him. B. 20 guys on the Americans caught the bubonic plague and one actually died, so they canceled the series. C. A transportation strike kept fans and both teams from traveling, so they called the whole series off. So Sedano, Giants manager hated the American League president, 20 guys caught the plague, or a transportation strike. Which one is it?
I'm going to go transportation strike.
Okay, Brian.
I'm going to go 20 guys with the plague.
Okay, Greg.
I want it to be the plague, but I think it's the transportation strike.
Mace.
Yeah, I am going to go transportation strike.
You guys all missed it. The Giants manager hated the American League president so much.
Wow.
He refused to play
Really?
the series. He goes,
Yeah.
I hate that guy. I don't want to give him any revenue or money or anything. I'm out.
Yeah.
And they
By the way,
canceled
I don't
whole
think
thing.
the plague's been around since like the Middle Ages.
I don't know when the plague was.
I don't either.
Yeah, no, that one I knew. I knew it wasn't that.
I
That's for
completely
sure.
made
The
that up.
bubonic
I don't
plague.
even know if the bubonic plague is like fatal. It is, I'm assuming.
Oh, back in
I mean,
the
it was
day,
plague.
yeah.
Well,
it
it's
wiped out a
bubonic,
lot of
of
people.
course.
Yeah, okay.
it's a plague.
So right now, Sedano 2, Bergman 2, Mason and Brian 1 each.
Yeah.
The lowest career ERA for a pitcher in the World Series is .25. Minimum of 25 innings
Okay.
pitched. So you had to pitch at least 25 innings in the series. Who has an ERA of .25? Is it A, Sandy Koufax, B, Madison Bumgarner, or C, Mariano Rivera? Sedano, Koufax, Bumgarner, or Rivera?
Bumgarner.
Okay, Greg.
Rivera gave up some late.
Well, he gave up that Luis Gonzalez hit.
Yeah.
I'm still going to go with Rivera.
Okay, you're going Rivera. Mace. It's Koufax, Bumgarner, or Rivera.
.25, I'm going Rivera.
Okay, Brian.
I'm going Rivera too.
George Sedano has the lead. It's Madison Bumgarner. Remember, he didn't give up 3 World Series he pitched in. He didn't give up any runs.
You have great Wi-Fi. Your Google is working really fast.
No, now my Google's working. Right. I'm going first. Do you want me to go? Do you want me to answer it while
George, to be clear, I never said you were going to cheat.
A, B, or C, George? What's your answer?
I mean, seriously, right? Yeah.
All right, here we go. Sedano 3, Bergman 2, Mason and Brian 1 each. All right.
God.
The record for most home runs in the World Series is 18.
In the World Series?
In the World Series. Career. For career. One player had this guy hit 18 home runs in his career in the World Series.
Got it.
Sedano, it's either A, Mickey Mantle, B, Babe Ruth, or C, Lou Gehrig. Mantle, Ruth, or
all
Gehrig.
Yankees.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Mick.
Okay. Brian.
Let's go Lou Gehrig.
Greg.
Yeah, I like Mickey Mantle.
Okay, Mace.
I'm going to go Babe Ruth.
It is Mickey Mantle. And
Come on now! Come on now! Come on! Come on! Let's go!
Let me see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a tiebreaker.
So you got to go first, Sedano.
Okay.
I've been going first the whole damn time, you dope.
We're going to drive him crazy. All right, here we go. The record for most total bases in a World Series is 29.
Yes.
That record is held by A, Chase Utley, B, George Springer, or C, Corey Seager. Sedano, Utley, Springer, or Seager?
I'm going to say Utley.
Okay. Mace.
I'm going to say Springer.
Greg.
So
Utley, Springer, or Seager?
He went nuts in that 2020 World Series. I'm going to say Seager.
Okay, Brian. Utley, Springer, or Seager?
I'm going Seager.
The answer is George Springer. Mace is the only one who got that.
Wow, there you go.
As much as I hate it, I'm sure I watched every one of them.
Yeah, Sedano 4, Bergman 3, Mason 2, Brian 1.
Thanks,
Here we go.
Crenshaw.
Here we go.
Come on, Crenshaw.
Come on, Crenshaw.
Carl Mays pitched 57 innings in the World Series.
Yes, he did.
And never gave up a home run.
Nope.
What else is Carl Mays famous for? A, he gave up the final hit in Babe Ruth's career. B, he threw the pitch that killed Ray Chapman, the only player ever to die in a game. Or C, he was removed for Ralph Branca, who then gave up Bobby Thompson, shot heard around the world. So Sedano, he gave up the final hit to Babe Ruth, threw the pitch that killed a guy, or removed for Ralph Branca. Which one was it?
I'm going to go with the dead guy. He killed the
guy. Greg.
See, that's a very Ireland thing to do, going with death.
Yep.
But I'm going to do the Branco one.
Okay, Mace.
I'm going to go the Branco one also.
Brian.
Yeah, the last one, he gets taken out.
How long have you guys worked with me? Of course it's the dead guy.
Dead guy!
It was the
you
dead
had
guy.
it!
See, I know you, Ireland.
I even called it out. It would be so Ireland.
You had it!
Always go with the dead guy. That's the rule during Ireland
I never
games.
lie about dead guys. All right, here we go. Now, there are only 2 left. Greg's the only one who can catch Sedano.
So make
and you
it
got to
heads
go
up.
opposite, Greg.
Yep,
Okay.
on both of them.
Brian and Mace are out. Here we go. Oh, and Mace, you would have got this one, too.
Oh, boy.
All right. The longest game in World Series history in both time and innings took place in Game 3 on October 26, 2018. By the way, that's tomorrow. The anniversary of this game is tomorrow. Between the Red Sox and Dodgers. The game was so long that Mason left, went home, and got stoned, then came back to see the end.
And they kicked me out of Mohawk Bend.
Yeah. All right. How long was that game? A, 5 hours, 55 minutes. B, 6 hours, 47 minutes. C, 7 hours and 20 minutes. Sedano, 5 hours and change, 6 hours and change, or 7 hours and change?
7 hours and change.
Greg.
All right, I got to go lower. It was over 5. It's like 6. I don't like the middle one usually, but 6.
George Sedano's Googler was on the money today.
I knew it was
he gets it and he wins it.
2. Nice. It's worth 2.
It's worth 2. George, you have the lead. All right, we'll play it out just for fun.
How about this? I'll just guess. A.
By the way,
okay.
you're hot, so I wouldn't question you.
I'm
also going A.
The Dodgers have won 6 World Series titles since moving to L.A. Which one of these teams never lost to the Dodgers in a World Series? A, Twins, B, White Sox, C, Tigers. You guys want to guess? Sedano guessed A. You're guessing A? Everybody guessing A?
Yeah,
the answer is C. It's the Tigers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Twins.
When did they play the Twins?
The Twins and the White Sox.
in the
Koufax knocked them out in the 60s, both of them.
Oh.
All right, we'll do the tiebreaker for kicks. Longest World Series drought belongs to, anybody know?
Longest World Series,
yeah.
Oh, you mean team
haven't
that
won a
has
World
appeared and
Series?
hasn't?
It used to be the Cubs, used to be the Red Sox. Who is it now?
Cleveland Indians.
Correct. Cleveland
Yeah.
Guardians.
Oh,
How
Guardians,
many
so.
years has it been since Cleveland won the World
Oh,
Series?
man. I think I wanna say
Closest
like
without
40
going over.
Okay.
I'll
So
say
actually
49.
All right, so now it says 49.
Wait,
Greg, you think
hold
you
on,
know it?
hold
What do you
on.
think?
Yeah, hold on.
Mace, what do you think?
51.
Brian.
62.
Greg?
I think it's 69. It's 54. 1954.
It's 1948. 75 years. So you were
So
the
I was
closest.
the closest, but I went
No,
over.
No, I'd said 69.
Yeah, Greg was the closest.
Yeah.
No,
All
you
right.
said 48.
No,
Is
I
that
said
what you
no.
No, he said 68.
George,
No,
you
Greg
won.
said 69.
Greg
No, I
said
said it was 1954.
George, you won. Just let it go.
No,
No,
George-
I thought Ireland just said 48.
George, no, it was 75 years. They last
Oh,
won
70
in
oh, okay.
1948.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I
All
said
right.
69.
Hey, Brian, hit the super stager.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super
All right, so Cap is in South LA, Sedano's in Miami, and Mason and I are in
South Florida.
studio. That's South Florida. Good point. Cap, you and I texted, but we have not spoken.
Right.
What was your review? You went to see U2 at the Sphere on Friday night. What is your review?
Insane. Absolute, total insanity. The audio and the visual stimulation is truly incredible. But, John, in the middle of the show, when they sort of kill the Sphere lights and all this stuff that's coming at you,
right?
And the band just rocks out,
yeah.
And there's nothing on the stage other than Bono,
yeah,
the Edge and his guitar, whatever the bass player's name is in his bass, and the drum kit. It's like the most naked stage you've ever seen. There's no clutter on the stage, and it was.
They only did that for one song when I was there, Cap. They only did the one thing. Did they do the thing where they were playing in front of, they did a light show that looked like the Las Vegas Strip behind you, and then they wiped it out, and it looked like what Vegas would have looked like before they built Vegas?
Wow. Incredible. Like total deconstruction, and you could watch it and you go, well, you know what? That building wasn't there, and that building's only 15
and they go away
years old.
one by one.
Right.
Like all the, now, Cap, Mace said earlier, he's trying to go. And he said earlier,
Mace, you got to go.
I can't get in for less than $1,000.
He said he can't get in for $1,000. So, Cappy, I said this to him, and I want to know, you just give your opinion. I told him this might be the one time I've ever said to him, it's worth it.
Dude, you have enough money. Go buy the ticket.
I think it's worth $1,000, Cap. What do you think?
I say don't do it, Mace.
No. What did you pay?
He didn't pay anything because he got him for free.
You got him for free? Hey, King.
I got Hey Kinged on that by the great Harris Rosner. Yeah.
So here's the thing. We have a listener who was telling us, and I think it was maybe DM'd me, that he was looking and looking for tickets, and then at the last minute they popped up $160.
Yeah,
he DM'd us too.
Yeah, I got that. I got that tweet as well.
Yeah.
So
is that what you did, Cap?
No, I hate Kinged.
Oh, okay.
I come on, I hate Kinged.
Who's your connect?
He knows a guy. Cap always knows a guy.
Yeah.
George, should I tell Mace who my guy is?
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
Georgie?
Do it.
Yes or no, George?
Yeah, go tell him.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys this.
My girlfriend, Rachel.
Yes.
Has a really good friend.
Uh-huh.
Who's super close with the Edge.
No.
And she was willing to call in a little bit of a favor.
Whoa.
Now think about
Now,
that.
Mace, do you have any connections left over from your New York days to James Dolan? Because he owns the Sphere.
Let me tell you something.
And at one point, Bono, I don't know if he did it with you guys, but he said, hey, thanks to James Dolan for building this incredible facility. And I was looking up in the suites. I almost thought he was talking to him like he was there. Did he happen to say that night?
By the way, James Dolan, when I was in New York, was just as unpopular as he is now.
Yeah. Well, Cappy,
and I would have had no connections whatsoever.
The night I was there, the people sitting in James Dolan's box were Jeannie Buss and Jay Moore.
Oh my God.
They were there the same night we were there.
Really? You should have gone into their box.
I don't think that would have been well received, but we had great seats.
Yeah. I think Jay's going to get me into the patio at the game tomorrow night.
He can.
Really?
He's got the pull.
Yeah.
He's
You're
the
going
guy.
to the game, right, Cappy?
No, I'm going to be at Yamava tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. The
Yeah.
big Yamava show is tomorrow. Thursday night football.
I'm actually thinking about what if I got off the air, because we get off the air early tomorrow because the game's at 7.
Right.
What if I went from Yamava right into? I mean, it's going to take a long time.
You would be a
travel.
hero. You would be a conquering hero if you managed to somehow go from
I don't know how you
Yamava
drive
to the Lakers
I don't
game.
think you drive that. I don't think you can get through that traffic in time.
No way.
Game's
rough.
over by the time I get there.
I think it's halftime. I mean, you're
At
coming
best.
all the way from Yamava. That's like the other day when where did I drive home from, and it took me like 3 hours. When I left here.
Oh, what
to
time
go
did you get to Palm
Desert,
Springs?
You won, George. You said 6:15. I got there at 6:10.
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
But
Well,
I
hey,
left
John-
right at 3, and I got there at 6:10.
But John, one thing that you said about the Sphere that I just want to tell you, I had this ringing in my head the entire time, and I wasn't sure. So you said, hey, this will change the way you go to concerts, and you'll never want to go to a concert in another venue
where they're just playing music and doing nothing else. Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of, as I got done with the whole thing, I thought to myself, that was so amazing. And next time, if I ever get a chance to ever go again, I would go on a Friday night and a Saturday night. I'd want to see it 2 different nights from 2 different places in the Sphere, if I could do that.
Right.
That'd be a lot of favor to call in. I got to call somebody who knows Bono at that point.
Yeah, no, you
Can't
got to
ask
pull the
Edge
Bono card, exactly.
for twice. I mean, you can't do that.
Second time Bono.
Right. So, and Mace, hold on to that thought, because I got to tell you about dosing everybody in my section with gummies.
Oh, nice.
But John, one of the things I love about live music is the music. Is the stage performance. So as much as I loved you two there, and I would be curious to see who will eventually play there, seeing a show there is incredible, but it doesn't make me not want to go see just purely the music.
Oh, okay. I had a different reaction. I just thought that it was
everybody's going to have to do that.
Yeah, I compared it, Cappy, to remember we all used to have iPods. Remember those where you would just listen to music, and then after a while we said, well, all it does is play music. And then now we have a phone that does 9 million things, including play music. I think that's the Sphere. The Sphere is an iPhone. I mean, it's just and until you see it, until you walk in, I don't know, Cappy, if it's possible to describe it to someone who hasn't seen it.
I know.
It's
thought
that
to myself
rare.
the same thing. Right. I'm like, it's just so unbelievable. You've never seen a building like it. It's just a pure circle. And then when you're in there, it's like a theater of 17,000. And then there's so much more to the building, which is kind of the outer part of the theater. It is a sight to be held. I'll tell you that right now. I can't wait till Mace goes, and I know George already has his tickets in December. I can't wait for everybody to go and come back with their review.
You two just extended into February.
Yes.
So they're going to play in January and February.
So maybe the tickets get a little cheaper. And I heard that, first of all, there's also a movie playing there. The Darren Aronofsky movie is playing. You can see it on other nights. And on top of that, there are lots of rumors that Harry Styles is going to be the next guy
Cap,
to do a
did you get there
residency.
early enough to see the DJ in the pickup truck?
For sure. Totally.
He was great, I thought.
Yeah. We got there early enough because I wanted to take in the whole place, and it was also hard to find like where the family and friends section was, of the Sphere. You hear that, Mace? That was a flex. That was a total flex.
That was a complete flex.
Flex is what that was.
Well deserved.
Mace, so we're in the Sphere, right?
Yep.
And we've got our favorite gummies. I gave you a bag of the Joyful and Present, right?
I have them, yes.
Have you tried them yet?
I have not used them because of the, I'm careful with new products.
Dude, they're joyful and present. Those are the two things you want to be, right? So a buddy of mine is down on the floor. Hey, where are you guys? Oh, we're here in this first row area. He's like, well, do you guys have any gummies? We're like, yeah. So he comes over, and like we throw the bag down to him, and he takes and the whole section is like, whoa, hey,
you hooked
how
up
about
the whole
us?
row?
And, dude, we hooked up everybody in the entire space. The people in front of us were from L.A. The people behind us were from Orange County. There were San Diego people right nearby. So we had, like, all of Southern California who was like, we want some, and we just hooked them up.
What's different about the Joyful and Present gummies?
They're just they make you feel good, and they make you feel like I'm not needing to be on my phone. I don't have to look around and see what's going on. I'm joyful. I'm happy. And I'm right here, right now.
Hey, Sedano, did you get a chance to watch the Laker game last night?
I did, yes.
Okay, so the sky is falling. I'm hearing from every Laker fan in the world that Anthony Davis needs to be traded, that the Lakers can't win the championship, that it's the worst game in the history. It's one game against a really good team. Am I understating or overstating what happened?
Well, I got that text from my wife. She literally texted me during the game, towards the end of the game, says, the Lakers are going to suck this year, aren't they? ?
Oh, Kelly, come on, Kelly.
To which I responded, I don't think so. I think Denver's just really, really good. Yeah. I think that's the thing, John. They're just not the better team. Now, granted, it's only game one, but they weren't the better team last year. Denver is really good. Like, I know people wanted to dismiss them as like this one-hit wonder. They're not. They have the best player on the planet. I know
their whole team is young, and they've been together for 6 years.
And they got a good coach. I know Laker fans don't like him, but he's a good coach too.
The weird thing is somehow they are this good and have just won the championship, and they are still underrated. People are sleeping on
people are looking for a reason to pick against Denver.
Them. You know, last night the big takeaway was Denver's better than we are.
And by the way, George, you mentioned that Laker fans don't like Michael Malone. This is a weird story that's kind of taken legs of its own. And even last night when we left the game, they started chanting, "Who's your daddy?"
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so Michael Malone never said he was the Lakers' daddy. That was Vic Lombardi, a radio talk show host who was emceeing the parade.
Yeah.
And he basically said, "Now I'm going to introduce to you the guy who's the Lakers' daddy, Michael Malone." And now everybody took it and said, Michael Malone's calling himself No, Vic Lombardi called him that. Yeah,
they were not saying away from it though.
Yeah, no, they sort of have embraced it.
Yeah, but Michael Malone is not responsible for the "Who's your daddy" thing. He's been pinned with it, but that's it.
Yeah, look, I just think Denver's better.
They might be better than everybody.
That doesn't mean that teams can't get better, including the Lakers, as the season goes along. Whether that's just their own team coalescing or them getting different players.
Right. And the Lakers have traditionally at the trade deadline been very active. Mm-hmm. So if it's not going well at the trade deadline, I think you can count on Rob to shuffle the deck.
So, John, as I like to say, two things can be true.
On a T-shirt. It's coming on a T-shirt real soon.
Is at the Cappy store?
That's right. Two things can be true at the same time.
That's what you should call it.
The Cappy store.
You should just call it the Cappy store.
It's a great idea.
That.
Yeah.
I love that.
Rather than calling it a merch shop, everybody's got a merch shop.
Yeah.
Not everybody has a Cappy Cast or a Cappy store.
You're exactly right. Own that.
By the way, Boston, who I think is going to be really good, plays tips off in about 5 minutes on ESPN.
Yeah, but wait a second. I want to see San Antonio tonight because this is my first chance tonight to see Wemby.
Yeah, Bergman thinks Wemby stinks, but everybody else thinks he's going to be great.
Yeah, Bergman.
Well, he just thinks he's going to get hurt tonight.
He's a Wemby denier.
Yeah, he's going to get hurt.
He is a Wemby denier.
Not tonight. He'll get hurt at some point.
Oh, not tonight.
Oh, right, because no player in the NBA ever gets hurt.
No, he's going to get hurt this year. He will play no more than 40 games. No more than 40.
No more than 40?
No more than 40 games.
I will take that bet. How much mythical money are you willing to lose?
How much? You want to do 10,000 mythical dollars?
How about 50,000?
Wow.
Okay. Wait, how many do you have, George?
I don't know how much I have.
Well, it starts all. You have like 100,000. But
I have a lot
from
from
the
previous
year.
years.
It has to be no.
I didn't know they rolled over. I thought it was
carried over.
It's like an IRA cap. Yeah. It just rolls over.
I thought you use your mythical dollars or you lose them.
All right, 50. Go ahead, Bergen. Put 50.
Well, it all ends on December. So, but anyway, yes, 50.
Hey,
He'll play 50. I'll do 50 over the end by the end of the year.
All he has to play is 41 games.
41 games, you win.
Oh my God!
God, I wish there was a prize picks for this. Will Wemby play more than 41?
41
or fewer
games.
than 41?
41.
Okay.
He'll play more than 41.
Yep. Okay.
Nope.
Not according
between
to
between load management and getting hurt. He's actually
Mason and Ireland will love me when you lose these $50,000 mythical dollars.
Absolutely,
yes.
They will.
Yeah,
load management. How old is this kid?
Well,
hasn't been bar mitzvah
he's
yet.
playing for
Pop.
going to load management, but I think he's going to play 55, 60 games.
Nah,
He'll play at least 65.
Tell him, Bergie. Knee, hip, ankle. You tell him, Bergie.
He's
Lower back.
Sean Bradley and Kevin Durant's in Sean Bradley's body with Kevin Durant's skills. I got it mixed up a little bit.
The scouting report.
Yeah,
you looked.
I am a scout.
At a lot of
I'm
tape?
a scout. Yeah, I watched all his tape.
You know
from
what?
France.
You know what? Bill Burkgun may need to retire officially if Bergman's around scouting people.
Dude, he might get elbowed in the stomach and be broken in half.
He would. That's what happens when you're 8'7" and 100 pounds.
Yeah, Bergman, you are a Wemby denier. It is now official. It's on the record now.
I just got to play into
Bergie. I like it. Hold on to that, man.
Look, 9 feet, 85 pounds. You're going to get hurt.
Okay, listen. Before we get out of here, I want to let everybody know that obviously lots of stupidity is coming up. But tomorrow is a gigantic day at the station. So obviously start with Travis and Slee. It is the opener for the Lakers tomorrow night versus Phoenix. Me, Ireland, Michael Thompson, Pepe Mantilla. We'll do some gambling with Joe Fortenbaugh. We'll do some fantasy football with Matthew Berry. Tomorrow's a really, really good day, and a lot of us are going over to the game afterwards. You guys, Cappy, you and DeMarco are going to be, and Lindsay Baseball are going to be out at Yamava tomorrow giving away money, right?
That's right. Lindsay Blackjack tomorrow. That's her deal tomorrow. Yeah, Thursday night, tomorrow night, the 909 Sports Bar, the greatest sports bar on the planet at Yamava Resort and Casino. Me, Lindsay Baseball, Morales, and DeMarco, Lil Cappy, Mace. Lil Cappy's going to be there.
Lil Cappy's going to be there.
Lil Cappy now has T-shirts for everybody. That's their nickname and then their Cappy last name. So they've got a first nick like the Spice Girls, Mace.
Yes.
There's a first part of it and then there's a Cappy part of it. Everybody's getting their new T-shirts tomorrow. And Lindsay Baseball gives away $1,000, $250 every quarter. So we're there all afternoon tomorrow. 32 craft beers, over 150-plus screens, 4 incredible restaurants. We'll see you guys tomorrow at the 909 Sports Bar at Yamava Resort and Casino. Mace, you should come visit. Oh, you're going to the game.
Yeah, I'm going to the game tomorrow night. I'll say hi to everybody in the suite for you.
You gonna go to Hyde tomorrow night?
I'm probably going to sit like a journalist.
What?
Watch the game like a reporter.
Wow. Look
Not
at
from
you,
the
Mace.
suite. No, not from the suite. I'm going to go down to where the business happens.
Well, you know why, Cap? Because he goes in the suite. He's not really going to be able to pay attention because you're going to be yapping about one thing or another in his ear.
You can't really. It's hard to watch a game from a suite. It's
I don't
fun
really go
to
to
be at
the
suite.
I don't go there to watch the game. I go there to hobnob.
Exactly.
To network.
So tomorrow night I'm going to be doing businessy, reportery kind of things.
Cool.
In the basketball
bringing
reporter
back the
league
journalism
seats.
days.
Exactly.
Huh? You're like Jake Tapper all of a sudden.
There you go, Jake Tapper, the lead. All right, guys, we are back tomorrow at 1. Shadano and Cappy coming at you right now. 7:10.